highly doubt that.
Don't say that you highly doubt it when I tell you a story. You understand me?
No, man.
Listen, no. And what are you all smiley for?
It's just good to be back, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while.
I think because we see each other every day.
I know.
Whenever you go on the road and I don't go with you.
I know. When you're on the road, what do you take with you? Take supplies?
Well,
what do you take? Did you satchel up?
I like to satchel up. They won't let me bring my ninja stars. And
I take rope. I take water. I take some dried meat. I like to get some. I just like to have things that I can put into my body, and I have a book on knots because Frank Mir bought me one.
Sent you the book.
Sent me the book.
I feel like, I take this stuff called Alpha Brain because I feel like brain trauma is slightly catching up with me.
Well, we did a thing for TMZ, and you had your sunglasses. You were looking for your sunglasses, and you had your other sunglasses on your face. And I
doing a TMZ interview.
I go, that's
Brian
cool.
calls me out.
We're doing a TMZ interview, and I go, that's a really cool look.
That's so
you got
bitch.
sunglasses on your face, and then some hanging off your shirt, and you went, oh, there they are. I've been looking everywhere.
I forgot my Alpha Brain, Brian.
That's exactly what it is. Now, you take Alpha Brain. Are you talking about where would I get that stuff from?
Onit.com.
I'll
give you 10% off, too.
I'll
give you 10% off, too.
Aren't we having dinner with the founder and one of the founders and owners, Aubrey Marcus, tonight?
We are having dinner with him and his lovely girl, Whitney Miller. And then
Aubrey Marcus and Whitney Miller, both users of Onnit products.
This is true, and Aubrey will be on the podcast. Join us on Wednesday.
Talking more about Onnit. So, guys,
we're going to get balls deep in Onnit.
I just gave as a gift 2 kettlebells to my friend from Onnit, a chimp bell and one of the giant ones, and he was very, very
Who's
excited.
That?
My buddy Dan, my lovely neighbor.
I love that guy.
Great guy.
Join the club. Joe Rogan, Bryan the Kid Callen, Bodie Miller, TJ Dillashaw.
It just goes on and on.
It goes on.
The list goes on and on, brother.
Onnit Club is the best club. It's the only club.
That's what they say.
I know.
I've talked to some boxers, world champion boxers, who had TJ Dillashaw winning as well. Most of the fighters I know have him winning that fight. Sorry to make a right turn.
Onnit.com/fighter,
So
10% off. Don't make up bullshit like Bryan Callen. Onnit.com/fighter, 10% off.
That's actually
right now.
That's actually true.
Let's get into this.
Back from
what
Vancouver.
Professional boxers?
Well, I spoke to
you know who
Wayne
you don't
McCullough, who said
you know who you don't want scoring an MMA fight?
Boxers.
Professional boxers. You know what's the issue with MMA scoring? Boxing.
Boxering?
Well, boxers.
You said boxering.
Because they're old school. They take the boxing credentials
Right.
and they make them refs. Right. So you know who you don't want to listen to
Boxers.
on an MMA fight? Boxers.
Well, all right then.
It's a bad idea.
I was in, speaking of saying things I shouldn't, I was in Vancouver.
Oh, I love that city.
Incredible.
Dan.
Well, it's great. I mean, listen.
Don't go bad on Vancouver.
No, I would never go bad
You
on
went
Vancouver.
bad on Portland. I actually love Portland.
Vancouver.
Portland, I love you. I'm sorry,
Vancouver
baby.
in January, in February, in March. If you like rain all the time, awesome, and grayness, and people who wear, basically there are 3 colors that Vancouverians wear. They wear gray, black, and blue. Dark
Very
blue.
monotone colors.
And they walk without moving their arms because, well, there's always rain, so they're always kind of walking.
So they're all like Evan the Beard.
Even when there's not rain, no, Evan's way too groomed and athletic.
No way. Evan
tan.
fits right with Portland and Seattle and Vancouver.
I mean,
you could insert plug and play.
Vancouver, and I like it very much, but it's not. The people are not. I mean, if I were to,
hey Vancouver, I got your back on this. You better watch your fucking tone.
If I were to fight, if you put Vancouver in the octagon with me, I'd beat up the whole fucking town.
Oh wow.
No. But here's what's funny. Here's what I was gonna say.
Son of a bitch.
They're great, actually. I love the crowds.
No going back now.
Listen, you don't know Vancouver. I go there all the time. I love them.
I know
but
Vancouver.
Having said that,
you know who's from Vancouver?
Who?
Jesse Roots of Fight, our boy.
Yes, he is. His dad came to my show. What's funny about Vancouver is it is a great city. There's all kinds of really trendy places and great food. You make the wrong turn, and all of a sudden, I said this on stage, and they were dying because I go, "You make the wrong turn." And I swear to God, all of a sudden I look around, and I go, "Well, nobody has teeth."
No way.
I was like, "What's
in
going
Vancouver?
on here? Dude? Walking Dead, Land of the Walking Dead. You know, remember the Tenderloin in San Francisco?
Vancouver's like I've been to Vancouver a bunch.
Oh, heroin, sir. Heroin is the order of the day. You make one right turn, and it's like, huh?
Hey, Brian, did you get in a little trouble out there?
I might
Did
have
you
shut
make
up
a
a little
right
bit.
turn and then stay right?
Sure did. Stayed right. One girl smiled at me. She had one tooth. One. And she was pulling an oxygen tank, and she was 30. She was about 30.
This is Vancouver.
I'm not kidding.
You know the real estate there, I think, is highest in the nation.
Oh, it's crazy.
So high.
Crazy.
So high.
And I mentioned that when I on stage, I go, I made it right, and suddenly nobody had teeth. The whole place laughed. Maybe my hardest laughed because they all knew what I was talking about.
Really? It's that bad? I've never had that issue.
Heroin is a major problem.
Damn.
And it's
Vancouver, it's a port, right? So a lot of shit's coming through there.
Yeah, and it's not like even San Francisco where it's cordoned off. You'll just kind of be like, what's going on over here? Why does that person have such a sunken face? And why does that guy look like somebody put draped skin over, a branch?
One branch.
Did somebody drape human skin over a fucking branch?
Two black coals for eyes.
Literally.
Isn't it weird the way they look?
Literally.
The last time I went to Vancouver, I was supposed to fight there. I can't remember if it was LeVar Johnson or Matt Mitrione, but they got hurt. So they still brought me to the fight. It was the week before.
By the way, it's terrifying. Just the fact that you had to go fight either LeVar Johnson and Matt.
I know, that was my life about 2 years ago. Anyways, so they bring me to Vancouver because the fight got canceled. So I was doing whatever guest appearances, but all my family and friends still came. Mm-hmm. So I'm in Vancouver, and my financial advisor goes, you know what? We're gonna have a great time. Andy Kalf goes, you know what? We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna set us up at the best spot for dinner. I'm like, cool, man. I love food. So I'm like, all right. So this is Friday night before the fight. So we go to this place. I forget the name of it. It's on top of some hill overlooking the whole city. It's super stuffy in there. Super stuffy.
Stuffy as in stuck up?
Stuck up. Sir, do you have reservations? I'm just nice. I'm in a three-piece suit like everyone else.
Yeah.
So my whole crew comes, but there's only really me, my financial advisor, who's my boy, but he's a financial advisor. He's not exactly,
He's not like, woo, cocaine,
no, he's not wilding out.
Yeah.
And then my boy, I think Kloffenstein was there in Austin. So we get there, we sit down, and I'm bored to tears with the conversations I'm having. The other people I don't know, they're talking about some bullshit. And so I'm like, hey, had a couple of drinks. I'm like, how about we play credit card roulette for who pays for this dinner? It's expensive as shit. I think I posted the bill on Instagram or Twitter. I go, how about we do credit card roulette board, right? Wild card. And all them, they're real reserved, but they've had some drinks. They're like, okay. The guy next to me is, he makes good money. And he goes, oh man, let's just fucking hike this bill up. I'm like, well, there's a chance you might have to pay for it. And he goes, nah, looking at the odds, it's 1 out of 12, man. I'll take those fucking odds. So he goes to the menu, and the most expensive thing they had was this whole venison and duck. Jesus. So he orders 3 of them. 3 of them. And then he orders all this fancy champagne. I don't even drink champagne. And I'm like, oh, I don't want it, man. I don't want that bad juju. I don't want that.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, fuck it, man. You know what the odds are? Boom, boom. So we start playing credit card roulette as the bill comes. The bill's like $3,600, $3,700, not including tip.
Oh, that's not good. Tip. That's really expensive.
Right? And so the bill comes in. I'm like, and I'm not getting paid. Remember, my fight got canceled. So at the time, I'm not big brown.
You got to make $7,000 to afford that. $7,000, really. That's $7,000.
And everyone else at the table is balling. Yeah. Bankers, whatever.
For them, it's nothing. That's $7,000 for you.
And it was my idea, so I'm like, fuck. And I'm not fighting this weekend. Definitely can't. This is gonna be a struggle here. I'll figure it out. And so the way we did it is the first one they pick, you're out. You don't have to pay for it. Yeah. So there's 12 of them. And so the waitress is there, and she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be part of this. She's sweating balls. And we're like, no, just do it. So we put it in a hat, jumble them up. No. She takes out one. It's like my financial advisor. And he goes, oh, sweet. And I'm like, oh, man, these guys are way too relaxed about this. That's how I know they're rich.
So the last
one. Out the last one left is the one who has to pay for it. So it's suspenseful. Well, everyone's is down. There's down to 4 cards now, and I'm one of the 4 still remain. And I'm like, I'm trying to be cool, like whatever, not a big deal like them. But inside, I'm like a duck, man. Underneath, I'm fucking sweating bullets.
Yep.
So they take out the 4th one, and it's mine. And I fucking got right in the guy's face who's wearing all this stuff, and went, yeah, in your face. In your fucking face! Totally, everyone else is in suits.
Totally inappropriate.
So inappropriate.
The competitive athlete comes out.
Yeah, everyone went, oh my God, hey man, easy. I'm going, yeah! yeah, give me that fucking duck. Stuff in my face, duck, champagne,
relaxing
shower.
for the first time.
Me and my boys are going, yeah, because they're out too. Everyone's like, oh my God, man. That guy got stuck with the bill.
He did?
And he went, I'll never forget this. His whole face turns red, and you can tell he's never had anything like this in his life happen. He goes, I thought he was about to cry, and he goes, I'm just blessed I can have the money to pay for something like this. Signs the bill. And I went, whatever, bro. See ya.
See you later, and thanks for the duck and the deer, fuckface.
Yeah, way to go, man. Really backfired on this.
Thanks for my duck and deer. I got a belly full of duck and deer and champagne. And
it's on the house.
News. In about 8 hours, I'm going to poo it all out. It'll be a distant memory, but for you, got to sting for a while, huh?
Tough, man.
Guess you won't eat meat for the next month. Have fun. Guess you can't fly first class or anywhere.
Yeah, good old Vancouver.
By the way, amazing shows. Nothing feels better than the guy tells me I'm sold out. I sold out a week in advance. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, incredible crowds. I love Canadian crowds. I love them.
Yeah, you just shit on it.
And as I go, I have the best show I've had in I don't know how long. Saturday night, last show, do an hour and 20 minutes. I hit on a crescendo. And I'm like, I'm the luckiest guy in the world in my mind. And I swear to God, and I go, I love you, Toronto.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
no,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's my biggest fear.
Dude, I go, I love you, Toronto. And all of a sudden it's like, and I just dropped the mic. You know, I do this thing where I let go of the mic like it's too hot, like I'm so cool.
Douche.
And I walk out, and the MC goes, you said Toronto, dude. And I go,
Did you play it back like
I come running back up. Toronto. Toronto is code for Vancouver, you guys. They were like, well,
really?
whatever.
I make a joke about that at our live shows.
It was bad.
I go, I can't wait till the day when I go, thank you, Seattle. We're in San Francisco. Like, it's my biggest fear.
I said
it's
Toronto.
the one thing I say when I'm walking on stage. I'm like, what city am I in? Because you can get lost.
I've never done that, though. I don't know what it was.
Toronto, Vancouver's not even close.
They're so different, the cities, too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I was thinking.
Wow, that's surprising.
They were so happy, and then I just let them down.
Oh, boo.
I let them down. It was so impersonal because I was having such a good time with them.
I had a good weekend, man. I went, found that leather coat we were looking for. Tom really pushed me over the edge. I saw his leather coat, I was like, you know what, man? It's time we get one. I'm still waiting for you to get one.
I showed some fans because they were so excited to see me, and they were like, "Where's Big Brown?" And I go, "Well, here he is, showing me modeling leather jackets for me, like a chick." And they were like, I go, and I guess he chose this one. I'm like, hey, bro. Brendan's sending me pictures of himself
I sent him to
in leather
too.
coats. He goes, checking this one out. Like, I'm going to be like, ooh,
and
cool.
you don't know fashion at all.
I called you
so
Frank Mir because you look like Frank in that because your hair was all.
Well, I look more like, what's his fucking.
You look like John Travolta from Grease. That's what you look like. I was like, what's with that curly hair? First I get a text, a picture going back to black, dyeing his hair black, going back to black. And I'm like, all right, man. And he's
all right, man.
I'm like,
all right, man.
I'm like trying to do work. I'm like, oh, great. Somebody's bored. What are you looking for my approval? You gonna show me the shoes you just bought too? Then thinking about buying this jacket. Him modeling the jacket. But settled on this one.
I never said settled on this one.
Yeah, you did. I got it right here.
Well,
I was
sorry,
like,
man.
all right, well, listen.
Well, you know what? Dude, I went down to Glendale because it's the only place where you can get these leather jackets. They're called Shot, and Kanye West made them famous. Anyways, flagship store in Glendale. You know who rocks this leather jacket? Your boy, the boss. This is the leather jacket he wears on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely getting one now.
Got this one.
Yeah, I did.
Got this one.
Boom.
Adorable.
But so I went down to Glendale. When's the last time you went down to Glendale?
Well,
I didn't realize how.
Don't talk about my city like
That's your city?
It's actually
really
a
you're
nice
from
city.
there, Kay?
It's actually
dude,
a nice
I've never
city.
been. I thought it was small for whatever reason. It's huge.
It's old LA.
The shopping center is amazing.
Yeah,
it was packed.
Pasadena's amazing. You've been there?
Yeah, I love Pasadena.
So Glendale and then Eagle Rock and Pasadena.
I didn't know all that.
neighboring
You're actually in a
cities.
decent area. I thought you were like in some
What do you think,
ghetto
I'm
ass
from
area.
Compton or what?
Something like that.
No,
I thought you were in some weird
Glendale
area.
and Pasadena have amazing houses. Amazing houses.
Pasadena, I don't know about Glendale. But Pasadena houses are really dope.
They're all, that's all old LA.
Okay, I went to a restaurant down there called,
Frida?
yes,
Yeah, it's good.
the Mediterranean.
The Mexican?
Oh, no. Frida's some bullshit. Frida's like the Applebee's of Mexican food. Everyone told me about Frida's. I went there. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Wait,
I like real
Mediterranean?
Mexican food.
Rafi's?
What?
Rafi's?
Rafi's.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
We got to go there.
Really?
It's so
I
good.
walked in and I was like, oh shit.
It's
I'm the only white person in here. And Joe
Yeah.
goes, oh, I went, no, that's perfect. It means the food's excellent.
Like, what do you mean? Who else was in there?
Oh, all Persians,
Yeah,
Armenians,
Armenians.
like no white people.
You look very Persian, very Armenian. It's not like you coming in there like, who's the blonde?
Well, I mean, I'm telling you,
No, but it's very
we
ethnic.
need to go there.
It's good. Everyone
Oh.
dresses up there. And
Yeah, I had no idea.
That's really cool.
I saw it on Yelp or something. It had 4.5 or 5 stars and like 3,000 reviews. I mean, you would love
I'm
it,
all over it.
dude. We need to go
good.
there.
I love that kind of food.
Ooh.
It's Persian food, or what is it?
It's like Persian and Lebanese, maybe.
Oh,
or
my
Ooh, it was
favorite,
nice.
they have like
dude.
kebabs and
Dude, we
hummus.
got
I had a nice chicken kebab.
Well, there's
nice
a
yogurt
huge
and
there's a
and
huge
hummus.
Armenian and Lebanese and Persian population. They all live.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Glendale, right?
Yeah, yeah. You got to remember those cultures have been around forever.
Well, wouldn't it be the oldest culture?
Well, I mean,
Right?
the Persian
Like,
Empire goes back to, I mean, the Greeks, beyond the Greeks. Yes, their historical footprint
Yes.
is like the Iraqis.
I think
It's
they know
so
food.
huge.
I
Oh
think
my
they know
God,
the
do they
food
know
was
food.
fucking delicious
Good.
and not
Yeah.
that expensive for what it was either.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
And it's like a big portion too.
Mm-hmm. It
fascinating.
was nice, man.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
No, I love that.
No, for
food.
reals. We gotta. You would love it.
We'll go.
You know me. I'm a foodie.
I love it.
By the time this airs, it's officially gonna be Bryan Callen's birthday.
Gee whiz.
Tomorrow's your birthday, son.
49
49.
years old,
Dude,
man.
can we let's just talk about 49 for a little bit.
Yeah.
Some fan sent you a link and said you got to show Shab this. It's a picture of you, or no, it's a video. I'll post the picture and I'll actually post the video. I sent it to Kay. It's a video of you and Rogan on
Yeah.
Mad TV, and that was the week you guys met.
That's right. It was the week
You
we
two,
met.
it looks. I mean, they look like
I was 28 years old.
you both look. I mean, completely different.
21 years ago.
And Rogan looks completely. You guys are
Completely.
the same size.
Yeah.
He has a full set of hair.
Yeah.
And you guys are like joking around
Yeah.
and pool boy. It was
Yeah.
funny, man.
Yeah, I know. We connected on this Gracie Jiu-Jitsu thing I'd heard about.
So
And I went to take
hold on,
classes.
set the stage here. So Rogan is a guest on Matt TV because
Rogan's-
he was on Newsweek.
He was
or
on
what's-
News Radio.
News
so we have a
News Radio.
guest. We have a guest star on Mad TV, and they were saying to me before he got there, "Because you'll like him because you're all macho and you're into sports and fighting, and you'll like this guy because he's really aggro or something." And I was like, "Whatever." Show up, and there he is in a tank top and I was muscular kid.
He's always been a fit guy.
Yeah, and I was like, he's wearing a tank top. I love it. And plus he's very East Coast Italian macho.
Non-Hollywood type.
Yeah. And we just hit it off right away. Like we started talking about jiu-jitsu, and he was taking class at Carlson Gracie's, and I immediately that day I went to Carlson Gracie's school and signed up after class.
Damn.
After I finished doing the table read because I wanted to see what it was like. Yeah, it was my introduction, but I knew enough about wrestling, and I was watching these guys and blah blah blah. But I remember Carlson Gracie says I looked like his son. He thought I looked like his son.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so
he got me into that. I think Rogan and I didn't roll, but we drilled once back in the day. But we just hit it off. That was it. He would call me.
Started hanging out from then.
Yeah, it was before cell phones.
Were you guys both?
Really? I don't even think either one of us had a cell phone. We certainly didn't have any texting. We just had to call people on the phone.
Old school.
He'd leave me messages.
That used
on
to
my,
be the best.
leave me messages on my home answering
Dude, that used to be
machine.
the best when you get home and you have messages.
Yes.
Boop.
Yep, that's what I had.
That was the best.
Bryan Callen's, Joe Rogan. I wish I'd saved those messages.
And then you guys were both living in Hollywood?
We were both living. I was down in Venice. I was down in Venice when Venice wasn't Venice.
You're the mayor of Venice.
I was down in Venice when it was when you could buy a house in Venice. Now the house you have to spend about $3 million for a house.
You were in Venice during the American
buy
History
a-
X days.
you could
when
buy
it was all gang activity.
100%.
Abbott Kinney and Electric Avenue was the hood.
There was a shooting right
All
out
the
my
time.
window on the beach. We went out there and saw the chalk line.
My dad used to bring us down here, because my uncle has a vacation home. So when we were super young, we used to always come down here.
Yeah.
And as soon as it started to get a little dark, we had to go inside every time.
Oh,
it was
I know.
Super
That,
heavy.
right where you were was where I saw. I didn't see it, and in fact, I didn't even hear it. I used to sleep with my windows open. Probably 50 yards from where my window was, a guy was shot, and my friend heard it and woke me up and said the next morning, somebody was shot outside. I said, what? And he's a macho guy. And said, I heard it, went out there, and the guy was lying there. And I go, bullshit. Went out there. Detectives were there. I talked to the detective for 2 seconds. I go, what happened? He's shooting. I go, What else? He goes, he didn't really want to talk. Left, but right there, and it's just so interesting how things change.
Well, quickly. I was talking to. I have a buddy who's, we won't say his name, but he's high up in the gang activity and mafia stuff.
As a police officer, yeah.
Police officer, special unit. And he was saying that, like on the weekends, there's still a ton of gang activity in Venice Beach.
Yes.
But they're more cordial now. Like, they're still all there, but they're in passing. It's not as bad anymore.
Well, that's because they made a pact, apparently, for Sunday is when you're with family. And everybody, that's a neutral area. You are not allowed. So I guess the mafia, the guys who got together who called the shot said
the shot
because there was when I was living there was real gang
West
stuff, and these guys had giant pit bulls. It was crazy, and there would be shootings. And by the way, a pit bull grabbed a police horse right on the back leg, where the back leg meets the stomach.
Yeah.
Grabbed on the horse and wouldn't let go. And that horse was going nuts.
Ooh, think about that would hurt. Dude, I run along Venice Beach 4 or 5 times a week, usually every morning now. Especially, and I go by the basketball courts. White Man Can't Jump, Woody Harrelson, fucking Wesley Snipes. When I was a kid, me and my brother would sit there and watch the basketball games. I remember thinking, these are the best players in the world. Because I remember watching White Man Can't Jump. Yeah. And back then, too, they really were fucking good. Oh, yeah. It was like, New York street basketball is huge. Yep. Venice was where it was at. Yep. So when I was a kid, I used to look up to them so much. Now I go by and I'm like, man, these aren't the best in the world. No. I could put a pair of J's on right now and D the fuck out of these guys. I want to put on I want to put the Woody Harrelson hat on, put some short shorts on.
You see some freaks out there.
There's a couple of freaks, but I could handle my own.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I remember thinking, oh my God, if I could just go in there and get a game. I think even now I'd be intimidated to go on there, even though these guys are just, whatever.
Yeah, well, you'd have to play a little while. Handball, it was really... Venice had all its flavor back then. Now it's become Soho on the beach.
It still has a lot of flavor.
No, down there it's still got flavor.
Paddleball, basketball courts. Yeah. There's weed everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flavor.
There's always been a little bit of an outlaw element too.
That's why you gotta love it. And the street art is epic, man.
I love it, man. Well, that's where Dogtown. That's where skateboarding was invented. Mm-hmm. It's kind of where it came from. These surfers was putting wheels on their. You ever see I think it's called
the documentary, right? Yeah.
Yep. It's all where it happened, man.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah. Venice is a magical place. It still is. I just wish I had $3 million.
You know what doesn't... when I think of Bryan Callen, what I don't think of?
What?
Calabasas.
Well, duh.
It's just not Bryan Callen.
I know.
It's Amanda Callen and the kiddos. I get it.
Yeah.
It's not Bryan the Kid
Callen.
Issue. Yeah, that's like taking Batman out of Gotham.
I agree.
Oh, you hear Batman moved to Cleveland. What? Yeah, that's what I feel like in your Calabasas. Yeah. Batman moved to Cleveland.
We'll find our way back. Figure it out.
I hope so.
I like Playa.
Yeah, Playa's dope.
Yeah.
I'm in Venice, but it's whatever.
You are. You are in Venice.
I'm in the heart of Venice. I'm on the canal, son.
I like... Gonna have to stop you.
Yeah.
Gonna have to.
Hey, let's go back to...
just gonna back up for a second. Very quickly for the record. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
But you're close.
No, I'm on the canal.
Hey.
My unit is on the canal.
Listen to me right now. You listen right up. You don't ever say that to me again, because no, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Hey. I lived in Venice for 17 years. Not. Now you're close.
Hey.
I got to cross the street, and I'm right there.
No, you don't.
I'd have to walk across the street.
No, there's no walk. There's no street. There's no street between me and the canal.
You shut up right now. Cross the street.
Hey.
Yeah.
Closer canal than you are.
Okay, fine, bro. Okay, but
hey, at 49, B.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these 49 years.
Yeah.
This will be a birthday special.
Yeah.
What? Did you see yourself doing this? I mean, because you're doing well.
Yeah.
And the issue you and I have is we never appreciate anything.
Right.
I'm not calling guys up, but I watched some other comics this past weekend. These guys on TV. And we have a agent he's your agent, and he books all our live shows. So I've become friendly with him. We talk all the time. And I called him, probably asked him 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I went, hey man, where the fuck is Callen's Netflix special? And he's like, huh? We don't know each other that well. And he's like, huh? And I'm like, yo, I'm watching all these guys, man. They can't hold a candle to Bryan Callen. And I said, I know I'm his best friend when I'm around him all the time, but I said, what are we doing? You want to talk about stage presence and material and fucking killing a crowd? What are we doing, man? And he goes, you got to remember what Callan's done and how you've been doing stand-up 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Because what Callan's done in 6, 7, 8 years is insane. Because most of these comics that you see now grinding, they've been doing it for 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
He goes, you got to remember, Callan's been an actor. He goes, most of those comics would kill to have Bryan's acting credentials. He goes, so you always forget that. He goes, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. He goes, now that you're on my ass, it's coming. Goes, come on, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, at 49, I was talking to my mother last night, and I realized that when I do what I do to crowds like in Vancouver and I sell out, and I know in my heart what I've done as a comic, right? I know I'm good. I mean, not to be, but if there's one thing I'm good at, and one thing I was put on the earth to do, probably stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You've seen me. You've seen me at my best.
Stand-up comic and entertain.
Yes.
I'd say you're an entertainer.
Yes.
That's the difference.
That's right.
That's
and you've seen me.
Because stand-up comics they're straight up stand-up comics. They stay in their lane.
Yeah.
And that if they're doing stand-up, that's what they do.
Yes.
But you take them anywhere else, a lot of them don't have stage presence where you're not entertained. You're laughing, but it's different.
Yeah. And I think that's an important distinction. I know that what I set out to do, I've become very good at, so it's very satisfying. And then I was thinking about, like, my next week, I've got Kingdom, I've got the Goldbergs, I've got our web series.
Fighting Kid 3D.
We have a live show.
Sold out LA.
So my life, I make a very good living off my imagination. And I make a very good living doing what I love to do. And it's only getting better.
Mm-hmm.
It's only getting bigger. So to say that I'm not a success and to say that I'm not the luckiest guy in the world, I am. I really am. From the woman I'm with to the kids I have to my health.
Everything, you're doing well.
It's all there, man. So
well, I think the only reason why you would say you're not a success because you're comparing yourself to these other guys. I'm actually reading a book about this.
Which I'm going to stop doing because I'm going to start looking.
Because in our nature.
It is, but I'm going to start looking at where I've come.
I know, man.
I'm going to start. Brother. When I go back to 23 years old and I went to acting school and I looked around and I was in acting school in New York City.
Working hard at it, too.
Oh, man. And I was there I was at the neighborhood playhouse, and you had to get invited back to the second year. And this was the first year. And I looked around at all these good-looking, ambitious, young people. And I thought to myself, I don't know. And the school was full of people. I mean, it was a big school. And I thought to myself, the odds of making this with all these people who seem good looking and I look back at how much I've done and I look back at how much they haven't done, and I don't believe in comparing that way. I've never been competitive that way, but I always remember thinking to myself, if I just keep doing this, I'm gonna somehow etch out my own cubic space, right? And so you have to look at that way. So many people that I started with quit, went by the wayside. It didn't work out for 1,000 reasons or whatever. And for whatever reason, it worked out for me. So in that sense, yes, I'm not a huge star. I'm not Bradley Cooper, but I'm also doing things that I think are original.
You're on a different path.
Well, I think stand-up is original. It's my own expression. I'm writing it. I have great friends. So at 49 years old, I mean, I really believe this. If I die tomorrow, I think that I've, in a lot of ways, been the luckiest guy in the world.
However, with that being said, I think you have a lot more to do.
I do, and that's what's exciting. That's what's even more exciting, is the fact that at 49, I'm hungrier than ever. I'm just passionate about doing things like, I even like boxing. I told you I watched a tutorial on Dominic Cruz's footwork, and I was, excited about trying it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. We got a lot more to do. Think about all the new stuff you're doing. Create the Fire and the Kid.
Well, how busy are
live
we?
shows?
Yeah.
The Fire and Kid 3D. You're writing all that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff on your table, man.
Yeah.
It just all adds to it.
Well, also the thing that
we're gonna have a nice little dinner.
The biggest surprise is that you and I, have a lot to do. This is something that we're building. This is just like, dude, when I'm in Vancouver and I go, how many of you guys listen to the podcast? And the whole place goes nuts.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's really fun too, by the way, because I got to tell you, actually, that when you do stand-up, it's solitary, right? I'm alone in my room all day and I'm writing. I'm in a coffee shop, I'm alone. I go to work out, I'm alone. I'm alone all day. I don't mind it. but it requires that. It's a solitary process, the writing and all that. What's really cool is that you and I get to do shit together now. Now I have a partner in crime. Now I got a guy not only who I have a business with, but also who I get to collaborate with and come up, and we crack each other up, and we get excited, and the shit grows. When you have somebody you can share that, like your boy, you can share it, who speaks the same language. Like what you said, I go, how many fighters could I actually get up on stage with in front of 800 people and entertain them and have a fighter, all due respect to fighters, a fighter actually be holding his own and being just as funny. It's just this weird symbiotic thing. So that's been the gift, man. 49.
Well, speaking of gifts, if you enjoy B-Shab on UFC Now and some of the UFC Tonight shows.
Right. I do enjoy.
Do you enjoy it?
I love when you're. Well, I know your ratings spike. I know their ratings
they're
spike.
the highest ratings on UFC Now.
Yeah. When are you going to be on next?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess it's come to my attention. Big Brown, and these aren't my words, is too controversial and doesn't fall in line like the rest.
Are you saying that you rub against the grain?
I guess I'm unsupportive.
You're saying you're a bit of
certain issues that link up with the UFC.
Hold on.
So you won't see Big Brown on UFC Now anymore.
You've been banned from UFC Now?
I have been.
Now, is that because you're too much of a maverick and you speak it like it is?
Yes.
I see.
I know.
So you weren't willing to toe the party line?
I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't get in line. So I've been banned.
Did you really get banned?
Yeah.
So you will not be invited back to UFC Now.
Nope. And some of the fan questions we get are like, man, don't you think there's gonna be you're gonna burn a bridge somehow? Listen, I will. I'm just not that guy.
No, you're not.
In a line of horses, I'm the zebra. Again, that's like, no, I'm not doing that, man.
No.
And don't
Thank God.
Thank God, because we wouldn't be here. And don't get it twisted. There is no show on UFC Fight Pass bigger than The Fighter and the Kid. So you can take your show and kick rocks, nerd.
Easy.
Don't
get too upset now.
I'm trying not to get emotional.
When Brennan's feelings get hurt, he
for sure it hurts my feelings.
He'll tend to lash out.
But it's going to help this show, because the reason why I always want to talk about fights in depth too much on Fight and Kid, because I have to do it for other shows all the time.
Yes.
So I came here, I want to be entertaining, blah, 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 mess around with you.
Yeah.
Well, now that I don't have to do that.
We might have to do a fight companion here and there, even when Rogan is calling it. We'll see.
Yeah, we could. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so got that news, and yeah.
That's it. Do you know where it came from?
I have no idea. I just found it from my manager, and then I don't know. I make more money off one read doing stuff than I did on UFC Now. So, but it's whatever.
Easy.
It's whatever.
Easy.
Sold out comedy nationwide tour. But no, the thing is, UFC Now, I'm so bummed out.
Listen,
because I had so much fun with the 90 viewers.
Hey, easy. Sir?
No, I know. I
apologize.
I'm sorry.
Ask you to
but it's weird because I kind of have my own show that's way bigger. But
I'm going to ask you, sir, to just relax and just take it
I know, but
maybe it's a temporary suspension. Let me make a call.
Maybe it is. Oh, let me check. Fuck you, Reebok.
Hey, man.
Oh, hey. No. But wait. I'm part of. It's actually the biggest UFC show related in the world. It's called Fight Companion. I don't know if you heard of it. It's bigger than any show the UFC's ever done. But I don't know what to do, man. Listen, it's weird. It's like it's me and my boys talking about the fight.
Let me put this into perspective. UFC Now. Good news. I'm totally available.
What if they did? What if they did start reaching out to you?
Hey, it's Bryan Callen here, and I just become a fixture.
You're the staple that fills me in.
And you come and hang out with me.
They say The Fighter and the Kid. They just want our fan base to keep watching it.
Brett is in the parking lot waiting for me. He is my ride on the way back. He's sorry he can't make it. Anyway.
Yeah, what can you do, man?
Well, I think that's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
You pay a price.
I also, hey, real quick, I've moved on.
Yeah, you pay a price. Not really. You're upset, but you pay a price.
No, I'm really not.
I'm kidding. You pay a price. You're going to pay a price for speaking your mind, and I think in the end, it always works in your favor. What are you going to do? Lie? Have fun doing that, so you can be on UFC Now.
What do you want me to do, man? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't. No. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to pretend like this Reebok deal is good for everyone. I can't do it.
Well, you and I were talking about how the UFC's heavyweight division is in a little trouble because they just don't have any young new talent.
Well, let's get into some fight talk,
Yeah.
and we'll start with this because, Cain Velasquez is out. Hurt his back again. This is where the conversation
Well, he hurt his
started.
back, and he should use. I don't know what he's sleeping on, but I know that my back.
I know Cain, and I went, yo, man.
Yeah.
I heard you hurt your back.
What are you sleeping on? Straw?
What are you sleeping on? He went,
sleeping on
you
straw.
went, you know what I'm sleeping on?
What?
Stone. I went, bro.
You don't sleep on stone.
Bro, Siv.
Why do you think I don't age? I mean, I get a lot of sleep. Why do you think I sleep so well? What was that, an accident? Huh?
I don't know. It's like, I feel like we need to send all AKA Casper mattresses because they're what champions sleep on.
That's exactly right.
And
That's
Cain,
exactly. Thank
you're
you.
a champ.
Yeah.
You're not sleeping on it.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that it is what champions sleep on. You and I are a couple champs. And I know we got some champs who are listening. But here, forget all that. Why don't you just try
I'm sure
a Casper?
it's like, is it like $1 billion? Because the Reebok didn't pay him enough.
Try $500 for a twin-size mattress and $950 for a king-size mattress. It's what to sleep on. It's what to sleep on. And I had a $3,800 mattress that was given to me. I've said this before. Got rid of it. It's what to sleep on. But more importantly, forget all that. How about this? How about a risk-free trial return policy? Try sleeping on a Casper for how many days? How many days do you think?
2
days?
2 days.
How about adding 98 days to that?
Cain, you hear that? You have back
days.
problems? You can get rid of those bamboo shoots you've been sleeping on.
Exactly
Try this out. If it doesn't work, go back to the Mexican rocks.
Stop sleeping on bamboo shoots and Mexican rocks, and they'll give you free delivery and painless returns, all right? It's very hard to argue with. A Fighter and a Kid listeners can get $50 toward a mattress purchase by visiting Casper.com/fighter. Use the promo code FIGHTER at checkout. That's Casper.com/fighter and use promo code FIGHTER at checkout. Anyway.
Boom. There you go, Cain. Our gift to you, man. You get $50 off, brother.
Well, premium latex foam and foam memory. Come on.
My favorite part of the way it gets delivered, it's like out of fucking Back to the Future 3.
I know. It comes in like a
It comes in this weird thing, and you open it, it goes poof.
I know.
You know those little pills you had as a kid, and you put in water in like a dinosaur form?
Well,
that's like this mattress.
That way you can bring it up to the room. How are you supposed to get it up to the room?
You better have some room, though, because that thing opens fast and furious.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
It'll kill you, yeah. A little disclaimer here. Get the fuck out the way.
Get out the way.
Hey, Cain, your back hurts now? Open that thing up, but be ready to sprint away.
Get the fuck out the way. It'll kill you.
It's like Wile E. Coyote. You got to be the road runner.
Let's say
get the fuck out of the way.
We should send Cain a Casper mattress. I'm sorry about his back. He's injured again.
He's injured again. And he's not young. He's 34. Going to be 34, not young.
You genuinely felt bad for him.
Yeah, I really do, man. I actually like Cain. I think he's a great champion. I thought the fight versus Verdum and him was going to be a really good fight. It's tough, man, having these injuries. And I think it's easy for people to be like, oh, AKA, another injury. Come on, man, train smarter. Can we chalk it up to he's been through some wars and he's been wrestling since he was in diapers?
Yeah, man.
He's been All-American and he's had all these fights. And at 34, it's going to catch up to you. First, it was his knees. Now it's a back nerve problem. That's a huge issue. Jesus. So, listen, man. Guys get older. Guys get hurt. Careers go down. I hate to be shitty about it. He is on the decline of his career. He's had an amazing career.
Yep.
He's pound for pound one of the very best heavyweights of all time.
Yep.
You could even argue he's number one or two.
Yeah.
And
still,
he's an amazing fighter. So it sucks to see. Who else it sucks for, and I get that Stipe deserves a title shot. To get it on a 2-week notice against a guy like Fabricio Verdum, who's been trained for a guy like Cain, and they're very similar fighters. I actually think Stipe is a little watered-down version of Cain, to be honest. So I think it's an easier matchup for Doom.
Can I ask you this, though?
On 2-week notice,
Stipe's
5-round fight.
Stipe's also coming off a hard camp, so he's probably still in pretty good shape, right?
Moderate. I mean, when you get done with a fight camp, I don't care what you say. You have to rest.
Yeah,
he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So I would assume he's resting. So I don't think he's out of shape. I think he's gonna be in good shape. There's a difference between in 3-round fight shape, 5-round fight shape,
right, yeah.
Especially against a guy like Verdum who can go 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Look at the Travis Brown fight. What?
Yeah.
He's a fucking monster.
Yes.
It's a very tough matchup for Stipe. Stipe can beat Verdum on 2-week notice. It's a tough fight, man.
Yeah.
And you look at the heavyweight division, it's a lot of older guys, and there's a lot of guys, the winner, and we'll talk about in Fight Talk, that when you get to Rothwell Barnett, the winner of that could be next in line. You got Overeem waiting in the wings.
Overeem, yeah. But the thing
the whole heavyweight division is just older.
Yeah.
And now, let's call a spade a spade. Now that there's been testing, a lot of guys look out of shape.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are skinnier. Look
and
shittier.
by the way, more prone to
Cardio's
injuries.
not good.
There's
more injuries. You can't take stuff to recover.
That's the other thing.
The heavyweight division is in a little bit of trouble.
That's the other thing about steroids, human growth, and all this stuff is that it keeps a lot of guys injury free. Part of the reason athletes take that stuff is for recovery, and it does keep you injury free. When you look at baseball, when they came down on baseball, the number of all-stars that got injured, like were just literally on injury reserve list, was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what supplements they're allowed to take and not take. Whether it's illegal or not, I'm not sure how strict the testing is because I've never been part of it. Yeah. But I'm sure it's pretty fucking strict.
Right.
So guys aren't able to do it.
Yeah, and also your career as a fighter is if you are allowed to take some TRT, even if it's sanctioned by
twice
the UFC,
as long career, probably.
Yeah.
Double your career.
Right.
I would say.
Exactly. And so you're going to see short careers. And the other thing I was talking about really is that I'm surprised there isn't young heavyweight blood. How many football players?
No top prospects in the heavyweight division.
How many NFL guys who played a year?
Name a young guy. Yeah.
Yeah. How many NFL guys who played a year or whatever could have come in and like athletes on your level, even higher, who could have been? Why am I not seeing more of these guys trying out for the UFC?
Money.
It's money.
Especially now, Reebok.
Because what's the upside,
right? You're going to tell a guy who played major Division I football, who played maybe in the NFL a couple of years, got all this money. The sponsorship money you're going to make for this fight?
Break it down for me. So pitch a fight, pitch a career to me. I'm 22 years old. I'm 245 pounds of muscle.
Shredded.
I'm a crazy athlete. Pitch why I should be a heavyweight UFC fighter.
Well, you could do this. If I'm an agent, I'm trying to recruit you, I'd say, listen, UFC or NFL career is over. We can send you to Canada. Maybe you can try and get back in. You can go to arena and you're not going to make much money. You're going to be on the road, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or if you're up for it, if you enjoy getting hit in the face, we can try out the UFC. But you got to start on a regional tour.
Yeah.
Fight these heavyweights.
How long will it take me to get to the UFC?
You're going to need about 6 or 7 wins. And
6 or 7?
You need finishes.
How many years, bro? I'm a good athlete.
We could probably do in 2 years.
2? I never boxed. All right, let's say I wrestled. All right, so good.
Well, but the thing is
so I'll be in the UFC.
Yeah, but in these fights on the regional tour,
how much do I make, man?
You're about 800.
800 grand?
No, $800.
Casper Masters is $950.
Yeah, you're not sleeping on Casper unless you get a sponsor.
Yeah, back man.
But then hopefully the UFC takes notice because there's not a lot of heavyweights. Yeah. And I have a buddy, Joe Silva. He's a son of a bitch, but I'll call him. He's very mean. He has the personality of a cobra snake, but we'll figure it out.
Joseph.
He's like a cobra snake.
Yeah.
He looks like a mouse.
I'm a good
acts
guy.
like a cobra snake, and we're gonna call him and see what he can do for you.
All right.
And we'll probably get you in on short notice.
Well, give me Joseph's number. I'll call him.
You don't want to call him yourself. It'll hurt your feelings.
I'm ready.
Trust me.
Wow, what'll he do?
Trust me. There's a reason you want a manager. I've been that guy where I thought I could manage myself. No. Call Joe Silva. It'll hurt your feelings.
Joe's trying to run the whole thing. He's like, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
Don't want to do that. But it's going to be hard because it's not even that 22, 23-year-old who, if he has no other options, fighting's a very good option. So that's a bad sell.
You're not making any money.
Well, it depends. The sell really is to the 12 and 13-year-old who's athletic as shit, who you're going, listen, man, you got football, basketball, baseball, UFC.
Hockey, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Easy on hockey.
Yeah, you still make money, though, if you can get there.
Yeah, okay.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, let's just stick with the major ones
right.
in America for sure.
Yeah.
So you got football, baseball, basketball, and then you got UFC over here. It's going to be a hard sell.
It's going to be a hard sell because, what
are you going to do?
Because you don't make any money.
No, unless you're a 1 of 1%, it's going to be tough.
So if you're 1 of 1%er, you can make money. And otherwise, you're going to have a roommate. You're going to have a roommate in your 30s. You're going to have a roommate.
Good chance.
In your 30s, and you're going to be rationing gas. True or false?
And I hate to keep talking true, and I hate to keep going back to this. Believe me, I'm sick as you guys are, but we're going to see the Reebok deal is going to affect the future of the UFC, not only monetary because of money issues. You know what I'm saying?
Talent pool.
Talent pool. Because now guys are going.
What's the incentive?
I have to fight. I have to 10 to 15 fights to make 10 grand in sponsorship.
Makes no sense.
The fuck?
It makes no sense.
And
You can't
have to wear that.
You can't afford to fight, is what you're saying. I mean, it's very hard to.
You better go on a grind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's just different stage. You know, it's tough, man.
Well, it's also
boxing's no different.
No, it's not.
Boxing's no different.
You're right. You're right. You do it for the love of the game. I guess you get into a fight. You get into the fight game, and chances are you're just gonna be.
But you're not gonna get the big heavyweight athlete anymore.
You're just not, are you?
Mm-mm.
It's crazy.
Look at the ratings on Fox and the NFL. We'll talk about NFL. We should do a football talk too. You look at the NFL, the ratings for the AFC Championship game, it was like 30 million viewers. God. Second highest watched AFC Championship game ever. The only one that beat it was Elway's drive against the Browns.
Wow. We'll get into football in a second. I want to break.
Let's get into some fight talk. What do you got, Ev?
All right, so we got a big card this weekend on Saturday on Fox.
Hey, real quick, Ev, you look exhausted.
Yeah, I feel exhausted.
What the fuck you been doing?
His voice is all bunched up.
I have a friend, and every year when his birthday comes around, about 20 of us go up to Palm Springs on our motorcycles and just get wild for the weekend.
Like a motorcycle gang?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you all have beards?
No.
Oh, that'd be sick. Do you guys have leather chaps?
No.
Hey, is it just the boys?
A lot of guy on
guy. Of course, man.
Of course, bro.
No girls allowed. We call it gaycation.
Gaycation. A lot of guy on guys activity.
Good. What do you guys do though? You like rent a big place, or you each have your own room? Or
yeah, we rented like a gigantic Airbnb house and sent the two most reasonably normal looking guys to go do the walkthrough. So they didn't.
Do you play a game? Do you play a game? Let's come. You guys
That's the first thing we do when we walk in the door.
So you rented a giant.
Let's form a circle, guys.
Everyone gather around, fuck each other. Did you? So it's a giant Airbnb.
Yeah.
That's a huge Airbnb for a lot of dudes.
Yeah, man, we got like 20 people.
Yeah, break out your Speedos. Let's do some light wrestling. First guy to get a hard on.
Whose asshole's the tightest?
Let's break into my starfish, everybody.
It's fucked up, man. But you had a good time?
No big deal.
Yeah, I had a great time.
You guys just play
the shitty voice.
You just play drinking games and now did you not?
Well, it's Palm Springs, so it's strip club city.
Palm Springs is?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you meet a couple of nice 1-2 professionals?
Chippendale?
No, there are a lot of professionals rolling around.
Oh yeah.
And did you guys entertain in that?
The professionals?
Yes.
No, I'm good.
You guys aren't my type of guys.
I'll pass it. Hey, I said I will pass on the professionals.
Oh, but your friends didn't.
Hey Evan, how come you don't have your old buddies come in? What the hell?
Hey, we never get a call to do this. Hey, we never get a call to do shit with you, man.
This is one party that you guys would have had a lot of fun at.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, I don't know if your friends can handle me and the kid here.
Oh, I think you can. I don't know if you can handle the friends.
I disagree.
Well, I don't know.
Me and the kid got a little money now, and we know they're professionals.
Money. Hey, boys, let me buy some girls. I work out a deal at the strip club. Ladies, you want to dance or can I buy your shift?
We call Callan the talker.
That's all.
I send him in.
Ladies, listen, I'm old. I don't like this dance stuff, but how about I buy you a shift and we break some laws?
Yeah, I know I'm big as shit and intimidating. Talk to my older friend here who's friendly and deals all my deals.
Talk to the creepy Ben Craig guy with the gleam in his eye.
Yeah, he's a real hustler.
Hey, you enjoy married dick or what?
Oh, you're going to dance tonight? Not anymore. You're going to dance on this dick.
Hey, don't be that direct.
Sorry, man. Sounds like fun, though, Ev.
Hey, we're always looking to add a couple other degenerates to the group.
I would have brought you guys
with deep pockets.
I would have brought you guys some girls. I would have been like, the old guy would have shown up like a pimp and been like, boys, have fun. And I would have rolled my video camera for private viewing. For my own
what do you got? Before this goes down too
I'm old.
Did you get zero sleep though? You seem out of it. I look at you at the podcast. You're all
from Saturday until last night. I never slept.
Do you feel how you look? Do you feel how you look?
I don't feel that bad.
You don't look bad.
You look like Gaddafi when they caught him out of the fucking little sewer. You look like Gaddafi when they caught him out of the sewer right now. You ever seen how broken he is?
That's what I'm saying. Gaddafi, they cut his head off.
No. Gaddafi, they caught in the sewer and then shot him and cut his head off. You ever see him when they caught him?
No.
He's like, oh, no! Oh! And tears out to here.
Oh, no.
Hadn't slept, gut. He's like, oh!
Oh, yeah.
And the whole city's like, oh!
They did some shit. They did some shit.
Oh, yeah. He got what's coming. Hence why Libya's in problems right now.
Yeah, they don't.
Anyways, what's up, man?
All right, so fights this weekend. They're on Saturday on Big Fox. The prelims are on FS1. Let's jump into some of these. Kevin Casey, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu guy, yeah?
My boy, yeah.
One of the old Hickson guys?
Yeah. Hickson black belt.
He is fighting Rafael Natal.
That's a good fight. That's a scrap. You know what the thing is with that is Kevin really doesn't push the pace. Kevin's a position guy. It's a tough fight because Natal's a very good black belt himself. Kevin's not like a risk taker. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he's positioned before submission, almost to a default.
So explain that.
Where it's a hindrance.
Like,
where he'll take you down and he will grind your ass out. Does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's a tough fight for Kevin. Kevin's my boy. Kevin's a bigger, stronger fighter.
Does it come down to striking then if they're both
striking? And Natal's wild and he's tough to fight. Very tough to fight. I'd say Kevin has more knockout power though. Really? Kevin lands one. Kevin's a big boy.
Yeah.
Phenomenal jiu-jitsu though.
What weight
It'd be tough to
what's
submit
his weight?
Kevin.
What's he fight at?
185, right?
Yeah.
This at 85?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know Kevin.
Yeah, that's a toss up. I'm not gonna root against my boy Kevin. I would assume Kevin's the underdog though.
I don't have the betting line pull up.
I would assume.
I'll pull up the lines in a
Yeah.
minute, but I would assume the same thing.
Yeah.
So the next one is the headliner for the FS1 prelims, and I think it's a pretty interesting fight. We've been waiting to see it for a little bit now. It's Tarek Saffiedine and Jake Ellenberger.
Ooh.
Oh, a couple of 1-2 veterans.
Yeah, Tarek Saffiedine is a bad mofo. He works. I think he's out of. He works with all the Greco guys, Dan Henderson and those guys.
He goes there, and then his head coach was my striking coach for a long time.
Well,
out
Saffiedine's
of
been a
Black House.
kickboxer. You know,
Daniel Warren.
Yeah.
And he's his striking coach. He's
he's a high level striker, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saffiedine.
It's tough. His takedown fence. This is a tough fight for Jake.
Oh, yeah.
They're not doing Jake any favors here.
No.
That's a fucking tough fight.
Because Saffiedine is really hard to take down because he works with those guys. He's really good in the clinch. And if you remember what he did to Mr. Marquardt's leg, I mean, he is the only guy who kind of beat him at his own game was Rory McDonald, which was amazing. But that's
he was
animal.
super shy when he fought Rory. That was a
Yeah.
weird fight. He said he just couldn't get in the fight. He was off mentally. That's a tough fight for Jake, man. Especially if Tark comes to play. Tark comes to play, and Jake's been on. It's been rough for Jake. Jake's a very close friend. I know both of them. I fucking hate making picks. For Jake's sake, career. Both of them, man, you lose this one. I don't know where they go from here. Either one of them.
You're talking about two really good fighters, too. That's what's crazy about this game is like the stakes are so high.
Well, that's the UFC, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
anyone.
It's just
that's any fight.
Both are in danger, more Jake even than in danger of having the repercussions be even more drastic than with Saffiedine.
They're both in trouble.
Saffiedine's a beast, man. He's just, I don't know.
His UFC stretch has been tough. That's a great fight. What else you got?
Who do you got in that one, though?
I got Saffiedine. I'm sorry. I got to go against Jake on that one. Just purely because Saffiedine's striking is so high level.
You can't pick against Jake. Jake's too good of a buddy.
Jake's got crazy
we'll
power.
See if you can figure out the range.
That's
a
a horrible matchup for Jake. I hate that fight for Jake.
Yeah, it's tough.
Horrible fight for Jake. Tarek's a motherfucker. Might be the most technical striker. Him or Carlos Condit in that weight
Rory
class.
laid out the blueprint to beat him, though.
Yeah, but
Rory McDonald.
You're either out or you're all the way
Well,
in.
Rory's long, has a great jab, and is a boring fight if you remember.
Yeah.
Jake's not that guy. Jake doesn't have...
The Rory Saffiedine fight?
Yeah. Remember that?
I didn't find it boring at all.
Boring as far as you're not going to get a slugfest.
Yeah.
Like boring.
Yeah.
Like Jake's.
Oh, yeah,
Jake,
cerebral.
Jake has to open up and take chances, and against a fucking sniper like Tarek, you're gonna have some issues.
You're gonna open
because
up.
he's the shorter fighter. He doesn't have as much range, and he's a power puncher. God, that's tough, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd say as far as takedown defense, Tarek's is better.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a beast.
I hate that fight for Jake.
Yeah, Jake's a dog in that one.
For sure.
All right. So
I mean, he was able to neutralize Nate Marquardt, with takedown. I mean, it's going to be tough, man.
Well,
Tough.
Jake beat.
Yes, he did.
knocked him
Yes, he
out.
did.
That's
But
you can't do MMA math. You can't do that. Yeah.
Tough, though.
all right. So first fight on the Fox main card is Sage Northcutt versus Bryan Barberena.
Don't even care who Sage is fighting. Usually it's a toss-up for Sage. I don't know. This
He's
guy's
19,
fighting.
right? How old is he? He's so young.
Sage is 19.
They
This
test that
is
full
at 170.
They test that fool like every other day.
I know he's
They're
so
like
muscular.
trying to get him.
He's
busted.
so muscular.
Hey
They're
man,
like, how
he's
can he
just
be
genetic
that muscular?
Freak.
Yeah,
He's just a freak.
Yeah, he was. I was watching him do these crazy flips, these capoeira stuff. I was like,
Crazy.
this kid is so athletic. It's weird. He's just a ball of fast.
Is he still at Texas A&M jacking off? Not to, jacking off, not hooking up with girls.
He's tall. How tall is he?
He's not that tall.
He is. He's like 6. I was surprised.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, he's like 6'1".
Look
it up. He's actually tall.
Whatever 72 inches is. I think it's about 6 feet.
Yeah. It's,
He's definitely not 6'1" or 6'2".
Well,
If you've seen him in person, he's not that tall.
No?
No. Mm-mm. He's not a tall dude. I wouldn't label Sage as tall.
Yeah.
Seen him in person, B.
Yeah. You're taller. The problem is that you do that, but you're taller than everybody, so everybody looks
No.
shorter.
He's listed at 6 feet.
6 feet. So
Yeah.
Listed.
listed. So he's
We
really
all know,
5'11".
yeah. There's a little.
Oh, is that right? Why do
That's
they do
5'11".
that? Why do they do that?
All sports do that.
That's so weird.
All sports. They had Shane at 6'6".
Yeah, like the Rock
What?
is listed at like 6'6" too. It's like
Yeah.
he's
They had
definitely
Hulk. They
that.
had Hulk Hogan at 6'7".
Come on.
Hulk Hogan's 6'2".
Hey, football does that.
Brian,
Why?
when are you gonna learn this? All sports do this.
Why do they do that?
Because you
you're
want them
obsessed
bigger than
with-
life.
Brian, you're
Oh.
obsessed with big guys.
That's why they do
It
it.
is true that when you really stand next to a lot of guys, like 6'4" is very rare. So you're a legit 6'4". That's a
Yes.
rare height, actually.
Yeah, but the thing with all these, like, you want your fighters or your athletes superheroes.
Yeah.
Like, look at you. You go, oh, he's tall.
Yeah.
Not really, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? He's not that tall.
Very athletic. He's got a career, man. Right now, he's so young to
You
be fighting.
think?
I mean, it's unbelievable. He's a beast. I don't know who he's fighting. I don't know this kid. You do.
Okay, so a couple things to note.
Tougher fight.
One, this fight is at 170, not 55, which is where Sage usually fights.
Why is that? Because the short notice?
Yeah.
Because they couldn't find a 55er to fight Sage, it sounds like.
He was going to fight Andrew Holbrook
Yeah.
before. He got dropped out due to injury. And then this guy, Barberina, stepped in at 170.
Interesting.
So Barberina fights out of the MMA lab in Arizona. He's one of Benson Henderson's teammates. I've seen the guy fight before. I was there at the event where he beat the brakes off of Joe Ellenberger.
Joe Ellenberger's tough.
Yeah. He fought Chad Laprice and lost a decision. Laprice is a pretty good fighter.
He's 1-1 in the UFC?
Correct. I remember being pretty impressed by his performance against.
Well, it sounds
Joe
like it's a good test for Sage, man. Listen, I love the guy too. I'm sure he's tough, but he's not a world beater. Sage is, from what it looks like, something special. And so it doesn't sound like they're throwing him too much to the wolves. Like, they're not giving him Tarek Safadine at 170.
Yeah,
that
no.
would be a motherfucker. Like, he's not ready for that. This sounds like a legit step. Like, you want to see him go 3 rounds. We don't want to see him murk everyone because you're not going to learn from that.
Yeah.
It's a curse. When you're murking guys, you don't realize what you got to work on. I've been there, man. Beat Chase Gormley in, I think, a minute. Tusher in 57 seconds. Then I fought Gabriel Gonzaga, and it goes 3 rounds. Then you're like, oh, here's all my hard work.
Oh.
Then it was like, oh, I'm on the right path.
Now you're with
my boxing's there because before you can't tell. So when you're just murking guys, everything's all good and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
But you don't see the holes in your game.
Right.
It's
It's also weird when you're fighting a guy like Gonzaga, when you're walking in there and he's that experienced and he's going to get you with stuff you haven't seen before, isn't he? I mean, you've watched tape on the guy.
No, he didn't.
Right.
I beat the shit out of him for 3
Yeah.
rounds.
That's
Literally
crazy.
put on a boxing clinic on his big ass.
Unbelievable.
That was the real Gonzaga too, not the weird one now.
Yeah.
It was all like
That's a good
he was
fight
all,
to
like,
that's a good
down
fight to
and sad.
rewatch. That's a good
That's a
fight.
fun one.
Lighten him up.
But for Sage, I like the step, man. It's not too much. It's a tough test. I think he's gonna pass with flying colors. Hopefully, he knocks him out like the 3rd round or decision. As much as UFC and Dana want to see him just rip people's faces off with spinning elbows and shit. I think it's a good test for him.
Yeah. He is a huge favorite too.
Of course.
Northcote's a huge favorite. I really like the line on Barberina.
What is it?
For the record.
What is it?
It's he's hanging around like plus 450, which I think is insane.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad
Like,
bet.
get the fuck out of here.
For an upset, that's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I would really, really consider putting some down on that. It's a good line.
All right.
Anyway,
All right.
next one up on the Fox main card is. Well, that's a weird one. They have Yuri Alcantara against some guy named Jimmy Rivera.
Yeah, let's just go
Why
to
is that
the.
on the-
Let's just go to the
Yeah,
Cohen
we're
main.
gonna skip that one. Josh Barnett, Ben Rothwell is the co-main event.
Callan, Barnett versus Rothwell.
Rothwell has that crazy power.
Battle of the vets.
He's got such
Couple
crazy power.
1-2 old school vets,
Yeah.
son.
Barnett's the better wrestler, I would imagine, right?
Not even close. They're not even on the same planet when it comes to grappling.
Exactly. But I would just say that you're going to see, I would imagine, Barnett's a very smart guy. I would imagine he's going to close that distance and try to grapple and submit Rothwell. And Rothwell's got that, he's so durable.
God, I can't remember the last
He's
time
so
Rothwell got submitted.
He's so durable. You can punch that guy in the face 50 times, and he just somehow goes, oh, boom, 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 ah, here you go, kadoosh, and hammer fist you, and you die.
Tell me about it.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, teeing off on that guy, how is he able to take that guy? He's
he's huge too, by the way.
He must walk around at 300 pounds. I mean, I don't know.
He's a big boy.
Dude, but he's one of those guys who can take inhuman amounts of like punches to the face by.
Oh, you know what? He got submitted by Gabriel Gonzaga. He got guillotined by Gabriel Gonzaga. He beat Matt by a similar choke, neck choke, and then he knocked out Overeem.
He's so dangerous. He's
just so big,
randomly
durable,
dangerous.
And his thing now is he has confidence too.
Yeah. How old is he? 50?
No, he's my age, 32, 33.
Is
I
he
think.
that young?
He's been fighting since like 17.
He
now.
looks
IFL.
way older.
He looks every bit of 47.
Every bit of 47.
Good guy though.
I'm sure he is.
Really nice guy.
I'm sure he's a
really,
great
really
guy.
Nice
And
guy. Me and him had a great talk after I fought him. Really, yeah, just a really, he's a little weird, but definitely a good dude.
God. He's a badass.
He's 34.
Yeah. Well,
For
good.
as much
You know
fighting
what?
as he's done.
You know what? I'm rooting for him.
Is that who you?
I don't know
you're picking?
Barnett. I don't know either one, but I'm rooting for him. Yeah.
You're talking about battle of the vets here, man. I think Barnett gets him down and goes to work. I think Barnett's, as far as pure grappling goes, the only guy better is maybe Verdum, and even then, as far as pure grappling, like straight fucking, that American wrestling,
Well, he tapped
Heron in about a minute
Heron Gracie
with a leg lock.
Yeah, I mean that's. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's saying a little something. Huron's not that easy to tap. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I'm very aware of it. Trust me, he's like
an
alien
come
to roll
on.
with. No. I'll do you one better. He tapped Dean Lister, who hasn't been tapped in 15 years.
That's nuts. Yeah.
I don't see Barnett losing this fight. I know. Neither Barnett's not that active. He's doing all this other stuff. So I wonder if the passion is there. If the passion is there for Barnett, I can see him taking Rothwell down, and he gets ugly. He gets very ugly.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up of a fight. Hey, and real quick, you might get a 1-2 nasty decision doozer where people are like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like if Barnett can't submit him and it's like this weird fight goes past the second round, that's a huge probability here.
Yeah.
That's a fight where it's like, ugh.
You mean just ugly?
One of those Hunt Rothwell Denver fights.
Like just one of them
Where people
ugly,
are like, ah, boo.
and one of them ugly stalemates, just elbows and some heavy shots. But
It's like when you see a street fight and it lasts a little too long.
Yeah.
And you're like, ah, man, fuck.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
I'd put my money on Barnett, but that's a tough fight. The winner of that's super close title shot, that's for sure.
Not a lot of feminine energy when those guys get into a ring together. There's not a lot of feminine energy.
Nah, neither one of them are having a modeling career after the season.
No. There's male as
Go
gets.
1-2 Coke bottles.
Yeah. It's like if two
And by
men,
Coke bottles, I mean oil bottles.
Oh yeah. Their bodies are
not like
yeah.
boom boom pow.
No,
I'm
no.
talking about
They got a lot of power in their hips. Let's put it that way. They both, they're
both so talented.
If two men had a baby, they'd give birth to Rothwell and Barnett.
It's fucking crazy.
All right, what else you got, Ev?
All right, so that takes us to the main event: Anthony Johnson versus Ryan Bader.
I mean, you want my honest answer? Anthony Johnson is gonna. How is Ryan Bader
gonna murk him?
How is Ryan Bader gonna fight Anthony Johnson? I know he's gonna double leg and do whatever he can and use his great wrestling.
He's not double
but
legging.
he's smaller than Anthony Johnson, I believe. And I mean,
Ryan Bader's not a small kid, though.
he's a
get it
powerhouse.
twisted.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
Ryan Bader's a beast.
He hasn't lost in 2 years.
It's not taking a damn thing away from that guy, Ryan Bader, who's awesome, in any way to say that Anthony Johnson is a very, very tough fight for him because Anthony Johnson has crazy power. I mean, I don't know.
You know what I think? I think if it goes past the first round, Bader wins by decision. You get a 5-round decision, or he breaks Anthony Johnson.
So he grinds him.
Well, how's
The
Bader?
way
How's Bader won?
Glover.
Rashad Evans grinded him out, beat him,
Yeah.
took him down. It was kind of a weird, shitty boxing match. who else has he beat? He beat OSP decision. All his fights are won by decision. Phil Davis decision.
You're not getting him off. He beat Phil Davis.
Yeah.
Bader's a beast.
Oh no!
Well,
You're just realizing this.
No, I know
He's
he's a
lost
beast.
in 2
I know he's a
years,
beast.
and if he wins this, he gets a title shot. A beast, yeah, man.
Damn.
But all his wins are by decision.
You know I'm rooting now.
Every single one of his wins is by decision. And Anthony Johnson's this crazy power hitter. But when you look at the DC versus Johnson fight, if the going gets rough, my money's on Ryan Bader.
Well,
I'm gonna pick.
Look at the
I'm
Glover.
gonna pick Bader in an upset.
Yeah. Did Glover fight Ryan Bader ever?
Yeah, knocked him out.
Yeah,
he was in trouble.
that's right. I
Before
remember
that.
that. I remember that.
He was in
I
trouble.
remember
That was his last loss.
Actually, though, but remember how DC basically broke Anthony Johnson, and we kind of called that.
He's been broke before too.
Yes, and
Vitor Belfort fight.
Yeah.
He's been broke before.
Yeah, and
when I see that,
Yeah.
and I see a high level guy like Bader in his wrestling, that's a tough matchup, man. And listen, that first round and that early second round,
Don't get knocked
it's
out.
gonna be a motherfucker.
Yeah, don't get
It's
knocked
gonna
out.
be fucking Hiroshima in that bitch.
Yes.
Dude, get down.
You're talking about flying knees. You're talking about crazy.
You
left
almost want to
hooks.
just pull guard and then go to work in the third round.
Yeah, you're dealing with a beast. I mean,
But whenever all you have is just that crazy knockout power, I like the underdog here, man.
Yeah.
I like Bader in this fight.
I think
Now, if one of those fucking bazookas land, yeah, man. it's
Anthony
a tough
Johnson
one.
was a junior JUCO wrestler. He was
JUCO.
was he a champion?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's not as high level as
He's not all
Bader
American wrestler like Ryan
at
Bader.
Arizona State.
It's a little different, right?
Huh? Well, but John Jones was JUCO
Yeah.
national champion.
Johnson's an outlier in general.
I mean, Anthony Johnson's an
Yeah,
outlier.
he was a JUCO national champ.
There you go.
Anthony Johnson's an outlier. Hardest hitter, maybe in the UFC right now.
Yeah.
He's an outlier.
Yeah.
Listen, Ryan Bader, fucking run, man. The first, second round, then third, fourth, fifth, go to work.
Yep.
But the only way you're winning this decision, you got to break
Good
him.
call.
It's another really good line too. Bader's going off for like plus 280.
I get it.
The game plan is
because that
obvious
thing
and he can do
lands.
it.
Well, they're basing off the Glover fight. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, he's gonna fight like Glover. Bader learned from that. He's very calculated now.
Yeah.
Fucking hands up, son.
And the Lyoto fight.
Oh, that Lyoto fight.
Learn from all of it.
I don't know if you can learn from the other one, but
Patience.
oof. Yeah, I like Bader in that, the underdog. Good fights though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Looking forward to it.
Oh.
Should we go to some fan questions? Fan questions.
You don't have a drop of knowledge?
I do. I thought we always did fan
We do
questions.
current events,
No, current
too.
events, then we do dropping knowledge. Yeah, let's stick to that, don't we?
This is about our 300 show.
Yeah.
Hey man, maybe just hang in there.
Current events is what I meant. Current events. Current events. I want to build a website, man. I got to just build one in general.
You want to build one just for the heck of it?
Well, I just want. The thing is, I want to use templates. I want something that's kind of compatible to my phone, my computer, and it's just so hard. I guess I got to just hire a team and spend a good $100,000.
Yeah, it's probably your best option. Listen,
think
the
so.
thing is
Just build it
if you've
myself.
ever gone to tfatk.com,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, I think.
That's
it's
a
pretty
great
good
website, but dude, I don't have a team of computer scientists.
Guess who we used? Squarespace.
What?
Yeah, it looks pretty professional, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like
Pretty.
we
You
spent
can take
hundreds
pretty.
of thousands of
You can take-
millions of dollars?
You can take pretty out of that word, but you can use pretty to say it's also a pretty website.
Hey, guess what, man?
What?
We're one of millions of people who respect and trust Squarespace.
Really?
Ones of millions.
So this company's got millions of users?
Yeah, they're a big deal. You can also get a free domain like we got if you sign up for a year. Start your free trial right now. If you're sitting around, you're like,
Free
dude,
trial?
I
It's
have
free?
all these great ideas. I want to start a website. I don't know how to do it. It's too expensive. Nah, we got your back at Firing the Kid. Go to squarespace.com right now. Start your free trial right now. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the code, obviously and for sure, FIGHTER to get
Have
10% off.
And have $20,000 ready because this thing is expensive.
Nope. 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com. Use the offer code FIGHTER. Start your free trial right now, people. Show us them websites.
Squarespace.com.
Get your website on.
Get your website on. Squarespace.com. Get your website on. Man,
I'm not mad at
I
it.
can sing, huh, you fuck?
Jeez, man.
Sorry,
It's
buddy.
aggressive, bro.
Sometimes I get that. Give me some fucking current events.
Evan,
Got
you
it,
should
man.
start a website for you and your boys called Studs and Beards. And then you guys like go around throwing parties.
Studs and beards.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Just an idea. And then
Studs and beards.
And then Evan just comes with his whole posse.
Studs and beards.
It'd be sweet, right?
Yeah, it'd be real fucking sweet.
Hey, what do you got, Evan?
Brian's like, absolutely not.
Guys, it's Bryan.
All right, first one. Super Bowl 50. It's going to be the Denver Broncos
Whoop, whoop.
against Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, son. How about that defense? That's about all I got. No, listen.
It's about all I
Peyton,
got.
It was a good game. I thought they were going to beat New England in Denver, too. Listen, New England's they're so beat up, man, but they still made it a hell of a game. Tom Brady has no one. I mean, he has Gronk, probably the best player in the league. Guy should win MVP because he's killing people with one arm. He has like that huge brace. Real quick, why is Gronk hurt all the time?
Because it's football.
Hey, D Rose, you're hurt all the time. Hey, D Rose of the NFL, you're hurt all the time.
But it's football.
Well, who was it Chauncey Billups who used to always wear the face mask after he broke his nose?
That was Tayshaun Prince.
And he wore it all the time after.
You're talking about Rip Hamilton.
Yeah, on the Pistons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it might be. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Like his forearm is, Gronk's forearm is fine.
But other than
he
that,
just got used to it. And he just.
But he's always hurt. Like yesterday, I had to stretch him out and shit. Hey man, I hate that. Yeah. Oh, it's the elevation. He's dehydrated. Crazy, man. Because everyone else is dealing with it fine.
Yep.
They're always hurt. Brady has no one to work with. Terrible running backs. His O-line fucked them. They have no one, man. And he still almost beat these dudes. That's how good he is.
And he got hit more times. Tom Brady got hit more times in that game than any other quarterback has been hit in the last decade.
That's nuts.
He got hit 20 times.
That's that defense, son.
Yeah.
That D-line went,
Dude.
Von Miller?
Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware.
And by the way,
tough.
he still almost won. Still almost delivered.
He did throw 4 interceptions.
He's a beast. Well, with that kind of pressure, my God.
Yeah, I know, but 4 interceptions.
Hey, man, he had a lot of pressure.
No, I know.
Still better than Carson Palmer.
I know.
Carson Palmer,
crazy.
it was
Yeah,
7
good.
turnovers for Carson Palmer or something crazy?
I think it was 7.
Yeah, but he had
Yikes.
4 interceptions. But, yeah.
Cam Newton.
Can't be the greatest all time. He threw 4 interceptions. But
Hey.
Peyton Manning, he looked good though. But his thing, he's staying in his lane now. He's not trying to go crazy and be fucking, bombs over Baghdad here. He stays in his lane. He's a smart general, and he just doesn't fuck up. It's like having your offense coordinator on the field.
Yeah.
Like he's checking him into
Field
shit.
general.
Yes, he's a beast, man. I think we're gonna win the Super Bowl with that defense.
Do you
son.
really? Do you with
I
the defense, huh?
You want to bet?
Well, I don't know enough about.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, if you root against the Denver Broncos,
Man, the Panthers.
fuck you.
Man, they look good. Man, they're fast and strong and healthy.
I feel
And
like
man,
they're
are
really
they
not
big.
beating anyone though.
Well, besides everybody, that's all.
They are beating the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, besides everybody.
Hey, real quick, NFC, real weak.
They still
Hey,
beat
real
every
quick,
team.
NFC, super weak.
Who did they lose to this year? Are
They only lost 1 game.
Yeah, they're basically lost one
They
game.
lost
which
to
is
Seattle,
Incredible.
right?
Incredible.
Is that right? Or who beat them?
No, I don't think they lost to Seattle.
They lost 1 game.
Yeah.
They lost like the week
Cam
15
Newton
to
is
16.
coming in so confident, so big, so strong.
No
he's such
shit,
a physical
Brian.
player.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen,
He's the MVP.
Listen,
He
Denver,
won MVP.
Yeah, Denver is going to have its work cut out for them, 100%. I like saying
It's the
general,
Super Bowl.
I like saying general.
General. Listen, man, these boys are going to play a Super Bowl. It's number 50. They're going to be playing some football with a pigskin.
I will be rooting so hard for Peyton Manning and for the Denver Broncos because
you don't wanna bet on it?
Because I love him so much. And what a swan song. Can you imagine? He goes out being a Super Bowl
How about
winner.
Wade Phillips, our defense coordinator? Didn't have a job this time last year.
Isn't that crazy?
Boom. In the Super Bowl this year. Bitches.
Damn. Anyway, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Von Miller, man.
Von Miller it is.
You know what his thing? He's like Derek Thomas, but some days he just doesn't show the fuck up. Like he'll have like 6 sacks in the next game. You didn't even know he's playing. He's just too inconsistent. He could easily be the defense MVP if he showed up every fucking game. I don't know what his deal is.
Well,
But you got Derek Wolf, you got fucking Ware, and you got him. What?
beasts. And they're fired up. I talked to him yesterday. I'm sorry to change subjects, but I want to ask on air. Have you talked to Matt Mitrione? Is his eye okay?
No, he's having surgery this week.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other brain busters?
Well, what's he having to fix his occipital lobe or some crazy
Yeah, no,
shit?
broken orbital.
Fighting's so fun. Okay.
Probably what you signed up for.
Yeah.
Random thought, Brian.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that on air.
Maybe do
We
that
wish him
fight
well.
talk.
We wish Matt well.
I wonder what's next for Matt because that's the end of his contract.
Hopefully.
You got Mitrione, contract free. You got Ben Henderson, contract free. Overeem, contract free.
Bellator?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer. It's not. I don't know if there's enough exposure on Bellator.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know. But maybe you get all those guys. Maybe you can get something else. Who are they going to fight though?
Yeah, that's a problem. Matchups.
Speaking of
what else
matchups and current events, this just got booked. It's now official. Matt Brown is going to fight Damian Maia.
When is that?
UFC fight in Brazil.
Ooh,
I love.
He has to go down to Brazil.
Yeah, I love Matt Brown, baddest motherfucker on the planet, amazing.
Bad matchup.
Well, Matt's strength is his ability to just grind you into the ground.
No, it's his
May
pace.
14th.
It's his.
It's what?
May 14th in Brazil.
It's his pace.
It's his. Yeah,
He's not grinding in the ground.
I said to him, I go, how do you keep your pace? I've talked to him.
He just goes.
He goes, I could write a book, bro. I mean, it's a whole science for him, and he works really hard. But when he tries to put that pace on, fucking
God,
don't make that face. That's what he said to me. In other words, he puts a lot of thought and time into like his.
We have the same coach. He just goes. Goes.
No, not from what I spoke to him about. But bottom line is, he's
How
going
do you set that pace? I'm gonna write a book about setting pace,
I
bro.
could write a book. In other words,
it's 12 paces of setting a
in other words,
pace.
his workout is too complicated to go into, like just talking about it. It's like there's a lot of shit that he does. You know? So shut the fuck up.
Same shit as everyone else.
I don't think so. I think he does something different.
Yeah, for sure.
I do. I mean, if he's keeping that pace like that,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
it's not all just genetic.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard work.
No, he's definitely has something no one else knows about.
But bottom line, I think Damian Maia is going to be able to neutralize that pace on the ground. That's a whole different kind of thing.
Well, the wrestling's
God.
always an issue for Matt Brown.
Yeah.
That's a tough matchup, and a confident Damian Maia. It's tough, but Matt Brown's rolling with the big boys, man. That's exactly what he deserves to be. It's a fun fight.
Yeah.
That's a fun-ass fight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not a fun fight, speaking of fight talk. Didn't they book, who's it, Vitor and who?
Vitor and Jacare. That's the main event of this card.
That does nothing for my dick. Does nothing. Unless Vitor's sauce to the gills,
I was going to say.
I'm good.
Well, no, in other words.
And also, I guess it's just to keep Jacare busy.
I feel like Jacare's, you're saying Jacare.
Because they're doing wide, because when they book this, now everyone realizes since they booked this, they're doing Weidman Rockhold 2 now.
Okay.
That's the only fight there's because
Yeah.
Yoel, right, with the whole
Yeah.
PEDs things,
Yeah.
he's on the back burner
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Pretty much fucked at his age. So then you have Jacare, Vitor, I guess Vitor, Jacare just to keep Jacare busy for the next title shot. He's going to eat his ass like fucking Throatzilla.
I was going to say. Like
He's going to eat his ass like Throatzilla.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's a whole different. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's literally like a different
He's gonna be-
frame.
he's gonna be
He looks like a
fucking-
different guy. Yeah. All right.
I mean, teeth deep in that asshole.
Yeah.
He's going to fuck his world
Get
up.
the back teeth into that butt.
Yeah.
Get the back teeth.
Go and
into it.
get them.
Sink down and shake.
Go and get the molars into that anus.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough. When I saw that, I was like, all right, well,
Yeah.
I guess you want to keep Jacare busy. I love
Jacare.
Vitor, but
Yeah.
Jacare's gonna go what?
Jacare.
Huh?
Bring him to me.
I'm about to fucking.
Come into my
I'm about to
jaws.
Throatzilla your goddamn world.
Come into my jaws. I'm Jacare.
What else you got, Ev?
All right. So next one we've got is the California State Athletic Commission revoked Edmund Tarverdyan's corner license after he was caught allegedly falsifying his application with regards to a past arrest. So now he cannot corner Travis, Ronda, anyone else.
Just in California though?
Just in California. And
What about Vegas?
the
Usually-
CSAC has not asked the other state athletic commissions to reciprocate, but they usually
That's
kinda
usually how it
follows
works.
it, right?
Yeah. So if you're banned, so let's say I fail a drug test in Nevada for the Nevada Commission, they all uphold like you can't fight in any state. So they usually uphold it.
Jesus.
Now Ronda holding Dana's pocket, he might be able to pull some strings where they will be able to corner. Or she might have to fly down to Australia and get that ass whooped again. They might have to take this shit international. You might see a fucking Ronda Holly 2 and fucking Fight Pass, Japan. Some bullshit.
Damn. Why? Just because she won't get in there if Edmund's not there to corner.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
She's never fought with anyone different.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Yeah.
Ooh, that's big. That's a problem.
Kind of. They'll figure it out. I bet you by the time Ronda does fight, it'll be taken care of. Look at me, taking care of.
Pull some strings.
Yeah, we'll figure it
Let's
out.
get Edmund back in that corner. All right.
That's tough.
All right, and then last one. I feel like this is like all that was going on over the weekend. I couldn't turn on the TV without seeing it. The fucking mega blizzard of all blizzards or whatever. Did you guys see any of that shit going on this weekend?
Yeah, a lot of flights canceled. About 1,000 flights or something crazy.
1,800 flights on Monday. Another 3,200 during the weekend. 27 people reported dead as a result of the storm.
God damn.
It's no joke.
And basically, you pretty much can't walk outside of your house on the East Coast.
Just on the East Coast?
27 people dead.
Hey,
Yeah,
when did we
27.
do the East Coast tour? Is that in May?
Yeah,
There's no snow in there, right?
There will be a
I don't do snow.
No.
I resist all snow.
It's tough to live in New York and places like that when it gets deep and it gets cold.
That sounds miserable.
Oh,
But we're in no jeopory of that, right?
No, we're good, bud.
All right.
We're good.
Good planning, Brian.
We're good. Thank you.
Because I'd have to cancel the whole trip.
Yeah.
Have you ever been snowboarding? Because you're from Colorado.
He snowboards his ass off.
Of
Apparently.
course I have. I started snowboarding in 3rd grade, Evan. That's like asking if I come on. Of course.
I want to race you now.
I haven't snowboarded since.
Listen,
in a
what,
long time.
Evan got up on that wakeboard. We didn't. Evan's pretty athletic. You didn't get up.
Snowboard and wakeboarding is completely different.
I don't know about that. Is it?
I've snowboarded since 4th grade.
Are you a good
tell me
snowboarder,
about
Evan?
snowboarding.
I'm all right. I can handle it.
Have you been going? Dude, I haven't been in so long.
Yeah, I mean, I was my parents had me on skis when I was like 9. So I
Yeah.
didn't start quite as early as you, and then I transitioned to snowboarding a couple years
And
later.
snowboarding, I mean, especially in Denver, that's what we did. Like every weekend or whenever, we just snowboard all the time. But it's trouble, man. Especially when you start doing athletics, they were like, "Get that shit out of here."
I can't do it.
I used
Oh,
to
yeah.
love it, man. Too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
Snow,
Fuck
sleet,
off. Yeah.
what? Hot chocolate. Fuck off. Not for me, man.
Fuck off.
You can't pay me enough to go to the mountains anymore.
I'm right with
so
you, bud.
fun.
Nah.
Fucking crazy.
If there's one thing I could give 2 fucks about if I ever see again, the mountains. When you grow up around them, I'm good.
Just all the gear. Oh.
Such a hassle.
And
And then, we got to leave before this time because
And
the
wait
winter.
in line.
Oh, fuck
Wait
you.
in line for that.
The shitty snow.
Fuck off.
Fuck you. Fuck you, snow bunnies.
You definitely don't go on chairlifts with anyone else. It's a solo mission, isn't it?
It's just you sit there and it's like
You want to pair up? Yeah, come on up. Oh, 3 people I don't know. Awkward.
awkward.
Parking.
Parking. I'm just gonna park in the fucking wilderness back here
like being
and
like-
walk 6 miles to get to the mountain. Oh fuck you.
Nah.
Jet skis or what do they call them? Snowmobiles?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah. Next current event.
Is that it?
That's all, man. That's all for current
just-
events.
Fan questions.
shitted on
Fan
skiing in the
questions.
mountains.
Dude, can you give me some of that Dapper Life for real? I need it in my hair.
You do need in your hair.
Yeah.
You know, I put in my hair. My hair's black now.
Dude, honestly, I swear to God, you know what I like about this stuff, this Dapper Life? Because I have this other pomade. It doesn't get dry. It stays moist and stuff.
Oh, it does look good. Holy shit. Is that Bryan Count from Mad TV 20 years ago?
Yeah, dude, see what
It
happens?
is your birthday.
You know what it is? It's the sheen on my hair.
Oh, it does look
When
shiny.
you're older, you got to use a little Dapper Life. Because let's face it, I'm pretty dapper.
Yeah, you are a dapper gentleman.
Yeah, DAPPERLYFE. I'm putting it in my hair. I like the
Enter
way it
promo
smells.
code FIGHTER right now. Go to Dapper Life, DAPPERLYFE.com. Enter promo code FIGHTER. 10% off.
I got an audition, so I'm going to wear this for my audition.
Oh, do it, man.
Kevin James Pilot. Kevin James TV show.
Is it pilot season right now?
Yeah.
You're going on more auditions
Yeah,
and
I
more,
gotta
huh?
go to Culver City.
At least that's close.
Next fan question. I'm sorry. Dropping knowledge. Dropping knowledge.
I wish you were more on it today.
Here's my dropping knowledge.
A little flustered, huh? Get
Yeah.
some shit to do.
Well, no, I want to. You know, a lot of times with dropping knowledge, I've been like just citing facts, and I
It'd
don't
be
wanna
cool
do
if
that
you
anymore.
like surprised, like I got one for you.
Yeah.
Did you know Martin Luther King died at, I want to say 37, but he had the heart of a 60-year-old because of stress?
And all the smoking.
When they opened that up, he had the heart of a 60-year-old because all the stress he's going through.
I bet.
There's dropping knowledge on your ass.
There's
but
a
give us
guy-
one about Iraq or Syria.
This guy named Ryan who texted me from Shapes Ensemble said something.
He texts you?
He said historical quotes. He said, or maybe it's Warsaw, Napoleon, whatever. It is possible to store the mind with 1 million facts and still be entirely uneducated. That was by Alec Bourne. And I think it's a very important thing because you can stuff your head with facts, but facts are not what give you wisdom. And one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about was it's really important to know why you don't like something or why you like something. Most of us kind of choose a team based on, you know, kind of how we're raised and what our value system is. But I don't like Donald Trump. And And the reason I don't like Donald Trump is there are many reasons, but I think at the end of the day, besides him being mean-spirited, a bully, and a liar, I also think that Donald Trump, because he's been surrounded by yes men and ass kissers his whole life, is a guy who is not really interested in the deeper, bigger questions that require thought and analysis. I think at the end of the day, he offers these opinions which are based on essentially what he thinks is going to make him popular and make 10,000 people clap. And he never really has, if you really listen to what he says now, and don't just make up your mind for any of these candidates. I don't care who you vote for because I don't know who I'm going to vote for. But just listen to what they're actually saying. Listen to what their ideas really are. What is their philosophy? And how are they going to solve these intricate problems? We're faced with real challenges. And Donald Trump is an example of a man who never puts his ideas up for critical analysis. He never tests them against another point of view, another thoughtful point of view. Instead, what he does is he said, this is how I think this is how I feel. For example, let's keep all Muslims out of the country, or these people were cheering during 9/11. He'll just make up these facts. And then if you try to argue with him, he'll insult you. He'll shout you down. He'll call you a dummy. He'll call you a loser. Instead of, and what's wrong with that? The problem with that is that he doesn't have the confidence, is really what's going on, to actually let his ideas rest on their own merits and put them up against another idea and have a real debate.
The fool's number one in the polls, though.
I know, and guys, just remember that's. Think about why you're voting for him. Are you voting for him because he's angry and says things
popular, right?
Says things people won't say?
Is he the Kim Kardashian of this year's candidates?
I think he's a common man
Without
who has a lot of
fucking black
energy
guys?
and ambition, and I think all he's interested in is ambition, not ideas. He's not a man of ideas. He's a man of ambition. He's a man of a lot of talk and speech. There it is. You see that? Thank you. That feels good. That actually feels very good.
Happy birthday, man.
Thanks, buddy.
I just felt like it was time. You were going on this cool...
Yeah. Well, that's important, though. Just keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind, guys. That's my dropping knowledge. Is
I'm not mad at it.
Have instead of like giving you facts, because I had a bunch of things on this subject, but
the email you sent me, that was good stuff.
Yeah, but it's more important. Just please, when you go through life, just stop for a second and analyze why you feel the way you do, and why you
say,
think the way
what
you do.
would Bryan Callen do?
That's
WWBC.
Right. There it is.
I'm gonna make bands on that.
You know why you read? You know why I think you should read? Here's a good way to put it. Because reading is a way of getting other people's experience under your belt. Mm-hmm. You only have one experience, and that's you. The reason reading is great is because other people have had experiences and thoughts, and they write them down in books, and they put them. And you can get them into your brain.
And there's a lot more effort put into it, right? Because if you just read news articles and Twitter links and stuff like that, you're not getting the full story. Right. You're getting a biased opinion.
A book is a good argument.
Form your own opinions.
Right. A lot of times you read the right book, it took 10 years to write, and there's a lot of thought. And guess who doesn't read a lot of books? I promise you.
Donald Trump?
That's right.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I know he doesn't.
How do you know?
I can tell by the way he speaks. I really listen to what his ideas are.
Oh, my God. You know who doesn't read a fucking book? Do you see Sarah Palin?
Oh, she's the worst.
Oh,
she's a supporter.
Did you see the press conference or whatever the fuck they had?
No.
Oh, my. I turned it off.
I know.
It was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
She is not prepared at all.
No, she's not.
She made him look worse. Even Donald Trump was rolling his eyes behind. Like,
she's not a
holy
thinking
fuck.
person, dude.
Her voice is terrible.
What you see with her is attitudes, not ideas.
Did you see she blamed Obama because her son went off to did a tour, right?
Yeah.
In the military, came back and he has PTSD, and she blamed Obama on it.
Of course. Not Bush, who started the war in the first place, and not going all the way back, and not asking. Just ask the question.
How did she even get in that position to get in front of people to speak?
There are books written on that. That's a good question, but a lot of it is because somebody said she was great. And other people go, well, they're Republicans, so they must be right. Oof. We go along with we toe the party line. Don't vote for your team. Vote for yourself. Think for a second.
I don't really hate on a lot of people, but man, I had to turn that bitch off.
She's embarrassing. Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not embarrassing. The way we're dressing lately, Bryan.
Well, dude, listen to me.
I love those jeans.
Yeah. You know where I got them.
54club.com.
Yeah.
And if you go to 54club.com, it's spelled out 5. FIVE club, CLOW, 54club.
What did I ask you? What did I ask you when you were wearing that jacket? What did I say to you? I said, "Where'd you get that?" Remember?
What did I say to you?
You said 5'4".
Yeah, I
he
guess
was wearing a jacket that looked so awesome, and I go, "Where'd you get that jacket?" Thinking it was this really expensive. This is a true story. This is like literally what I said, and you go, "It's 5'4", and I went, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, I'm happy to announce Fire and the Kid and 54club.com just decided to do a new exclusive deal. The official clothing of the fighter and the kid.
We wear it.
Check it out.
Brendan wears it especially.
So every month they send you a package to add to your wardrobe. This right now, what they have going on is they have these dope pea coats and military coats that are. I'll rock one. They're pretty cool.
Well, it's what you were wearing, right?
Yes, that pea coat, yes. I love that thing. And listen, Valentine's Day is coming up, and it's coming up fast and hard, gentlemen. And
fast and hard.
One thing, you don't want to look like shit on Valentine's Day. You just don't. You might have the chocolates, you might have the chocolate bunny and the roses, but if you dress in rags,
that's right.
You want to dress
don't
in
show
riches.
up in rags, bro.
No, man.
Don't show up in Gap.
No, you don't want to do that. They're actually even going to let Big Brown dictate some of the packages you guys get.
Really?
Inspired by the Brown.
Dude, you're good.
Inspired by the
You
Brown.
wear it. Why not?
I know. Why not?
That's
right?
actually a really good idea. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
I did not know that.
Yep, can't lie. 54club.com right now. Sign up. You get 20% off your first month's order. And there's no hassle. There's no commitment. If you don't like it, cancel anytime you want. But you guys know us. We won't steer you wrong. You want clothes.
Too.
You want to take out the middleman. You want great pricing. You don't know fashion. But these guys are on the front edge of it. Go to 54club.com right now. Spell out 54club.com right now. Enter promo code FIGHTER for 20% off.
It's affordable.
There you go. And you can thank me when your girl is ripping your clothes off.
Yeah.
You can thank me when your girl is ripping your pants off.
I think we posted a picture of me rocking my 5'4" hoodie. I really like it.
Yeah, about 2 months ago, but yeah, we did.
No, this is very recent, in fact. You sent it to me. Yeah. I look good in that.
Yeah, you do.
I'm a cutie pie in that. Oh, with Frank Mir. When I was sitting with Frank Mir and you, I was in Vegas. I wore my
you do wear it all the time.
Awesome sweatshirt. Yeah. I do. I wear that clothes. I'm surprised, but that was part of that was why you brought me down there, because he knows.
You got to go down there again this week, my friend.
Right, let's do it.
Shoot some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Evan, the body, the beard, fan questions. Fan questions.
All right. First fan question. What would you do if you got locked up for 18 years like Stephen Avery, cleared, and then locked up again? How would you cope?
Write and read and work out.
I'd need a razor and a warm bath and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
If I actually didn't do it, and you sent me back that second time and it's looking like the way it is for him, I would wait to see if celebrities jump on this and get me out of prison. And once that last hurrah is done, I'm gonna have to get a nice long tube sock and go ahead and swallow it.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know if that's the way to kill yourself.
That's a tough way to die.
I've never heard of that in my life.
I'm going to get a long tube sock and swallow it.
Think how dry a tube sock is.
That's really hard to do.
I know.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
That's
really
fucking
Is that a way to go? That's what I was thinking. I'd go. Think about that. Those long tube socks with the stripes on them, those things are dense, and it's going to clog your windpipe. It's going to clog your windpipe.
I thought that is so funny. I'd swallow a long tube sock.
Dead.
That's a dry sock.
Oh, you dead.
No, you need some Dapper Life to lube it down.
You're going to be gagging at first, and then it's just over.
That's a tough one.
And then I'm like, holy shit, look at that tube stock. That gives me no mistake.
You know what happened to me yesterday? I stopped by Grillo's because my kid was there, and my wife took him. And Dean Grillo's there, his cousin. Yeah, I'm on my way. On my way to the airport. I mean, on my way home, I go that way. And I poo. I go, hey, how you doing, everybody? And I go, and my wife's like, hey, and Stella's in the pool. It's all kids. And I sneak in, but he had another two parents there. I don't know. The people I didn't know.
Sure.
Yeah. And I go in and I haven't pooed all day.
Fresh off the plane.
I drop a couple.
You pterodactyl
I
that
shake
thing?
a couple tars. I mean, I shake. I grow.
You Al Qaeda that toilet?
Cup of mud tails. Drop that down, and I do it really quickly, and then I wash my hands, and I open the door so the air out, and Dean comes around, he's got to pee, and he goes, hey, and I go, hey, and he goes, really loud, he goes, He goes, "You take a shit? Did you take a shit in here?"
Hey, man.
I go,
down.
I go, keep it down. He goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't be that
He
guy,
goes,
bro.
He goes, "What happened to your ass?" And the mom comes around, she's got a baby, and he goes, "Don't come over here." He just shat. I was like,
Good
and then
Lord.
he comes up to me, like literally, like 5 minutes later, I'm with like there's another mom. I have a baby. I'm holding a baby in my hand. There's another mom, and she goes, and he goes, "What you did in that bathroom, bro, borders on vandalism."
Hey, guy code, man.
Hey, bro, drop it.
Guy code, huh?
So embarrassing.
Relax.
So embarrassing.
What else you got, Ev?
All right. How was it being a part of the Range 15 movie?
Oh, greatest experience of our life.
That I think it's coming out soon, or they had the trailer or something.
Sure it is.
Tim Kennedy actually texted me last week and was like, "Dude, you wait till you guys see your cameo in Range 15. It's hilarious. They left a lot of it in there."
Hey, Tim, text me so I can feel like I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Range 15. When it finally comes out, we'll do some promotional work on it. But it was fun, man. You gotta support those guys. The old gangster squad.
They're all military guys, so we were happy to do it.
It was fun, man.
It was actually cool to hang with those military.
It was fun to let us riff too. They just gave us like a small part, but let's just riff.
You see some very, very. You see, we worked with one woman who lost both her arms in an IED. She jumped on a bomb, and both her arms got blown off. And when you see a spirit like that, where she
makes light of it.
She's living her life, moving on, living her fucking life. And you just go, well, if you can do that with a smile on your face, then I can do anything. You know, it was really that we've never really talked about that.
No, that was worth it for sure.
That made it worth it.
There was other guys like missing legs.
Oh yeah,
and
it's fucking guys.
I mean, you're talking about real soldiers
some
there,
shit,
man. Yeah, it's a dope movie that they
Tough
did.
Motherfuckers.
What else you got, Ev?
All right, next question. Hypothetical scenario. Cain Velasquez is injured. The UFC approaches Brendan to replace him and fight Verdum for the heavyweight title. Would you accept the fight or turn it down and stay retired due to your success here?
On 2-week notice? Yeah. I mean, if you gave me a full camp, guarantee me a title shot,
and a lot of money.
Yeah, I'd for sure do it. A lot of money, guaranteed title shot in a legit camp. I 100% would come back for that. 2-week notice? Fuck no. And like a regular pay? No way.
It's dangerous.
Well, and it also, I couldn't market our show. I wouldn't be able to get in shape, 5-round shape for that. Like, I could go probably 2 rounds. I have solid 2 rounds in right now. Yeah. 5? No way.
No, it's crazy.
All right, next question. Since Bryan was in Mad TV for so long, why wasn't he in the 20th anniversary special starring Will Sasso?
I was in for 2 years, the original 2 years. And
it's a long time.
Yep. And then I was invited to that, and I think by Will, in fact, and I think I was out of town. I'm not nostalgic for that. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you really don't.
I don't care.
I can't see you doing that.
I don't care about.
Where was it in LA?
Reunions depress
Where
me.
was it at?
I don't know. Reunions are.
I don't do high school reunions, college reunions.
They make me depressed.
They had me too. They had a CU alumni football thing. I don't.
Because some people are doing really well, other people are not doing well. I don't like coming back and seeing that. I don't like having awkward conversations.
I also feel like the people who are doing well, they kind of brag to the ones that aren't, and it makes them feel shitty.
Or the ones that are doing well are feeling good about their lives and they feel good in general, and the ones that are not are. It's just tough.
And sometimes when you go back, it brings you back to those memories, whether they're good or bad, and it can kind of fuck with you.
Yeah.
I try to avoid my entire history.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Me too.
Speaking of Sasso, have either of you seen him on Shameless?
No, I heard he's great.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really?
His character's
Sasso's a
hysterical.
beast. He wants to
And
come back on the
insanely
podcast and redeem himself because he feels like
he was sick and he was out of it last time.
Yeah, his character's just an insane, hyper-aggressive, hyper-angry, racist man. It's very funny to watch.
Last question, Ev.
He's amazing.
Okay.
We gotta get Callan to this gig.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do this one.
Everyone, when you're listening, send Callan a happy birthday message on Instagram and Twitter.
All right. So,
Happy birthday.
Benson Henderson, Aljamain Sterling, Matty Mitrione. I think you said Overeem also just fought out his
Oh, read
contract.
the email. Read the email.
The
I
email
say.
one?
Yeah, fuck that one. I covered that.
All right. The new father one? Here we go.
Yes.
Okay, so we got a reader email, and it goes a little something like this. So, I'm a brand new dad. Just had the little guy December 18th. Currently work in a paper factory, which isn't the worst job in the world. I'm 23 years old. The factory gives me the luxury of taking care of my family and making quite a bit of money for living in the Midwest. However, he fights, and he fights as a lightweight, has a 6-1 amateur record. All wins, pretty dominant. Only loss came on 1 day notice. Next fight would be a pro fight if I chose to continue fighting. From what I know, if I keep fighting, I would eventually have to quit my job if I wanted to make it to the UFC. With the UFC, I know that the first few fights you get paid very poorly. There's no guarantee that you're going to do well or even will last long in the promotion. But he's got the kid, obviously, to take care of now, which kind of takes priority over maybe a fighting career. Shab, got some advice for this guy?
Man, it's tough when you have a kid and you have a legit job. If he didn't have the kid, I'd say 100% chase your dreams, because that job, we know how that movie's going to end. It's going to be, you're just going to be going through the motions, good pay, moderate house, all that stuff, which is fine for a lot of people. But if your goal is to be a fighter and you've always want to do it, it'd be tough to tell you not to do it, man, especially when you have a kid, because then what happens when your kid wants to pursue his dreams? You go, no, stay working at wherever you're at. And just
it's
be
glory
versus
what makes sense.
It's
right?
a risk. It's a risk.
Yeah.
But now the issue I have with it is it's a risk because you're responsible for someone else's life. You know what I'm saying? And the chances of you making money, listen, can you make the UFC? Maybe. But the chance of you having an actual career and making good money, the odds, I would love to see those stats.
They always say, if you think you can be a champion, go ahead and be really honest with yourself.
But it's not even
really
that. But
honest.
my thing is I'm not going to tell you not to pursue your dreams because there's a kid. I think a lot of people do that and they end up regretting everything they've ever done in their life.
Can you keep
Chase your
fighting and
dreams.
have a job too, though? Can you still be an amateur? It's not the worst thing. It's like I tell a lot of people I want to be an actor. I go, do regional theater. It's really satisfying. Do great plays. You don't have to try to make it in Hollywood. It's a very different thing. And a lot of times you'll be happier getting better.
And not being
getting
in the grind.
better. Yeah, getting better as a fighter. Getting better at competition, regardless.
Because if you're going to be a
is.
professional, you can't have a full-time job.
No, the UFC is such a, like I said, you're going to move to LA, do regional theater in Seattle, and have a great life and keep have money.
Did he say how much he weighs, Ev? Did he say 145?
He said he's a lightweight.
All right, so that's even harder because the competition's so stacked. There's so many lightweights out there. So it's going to be a tougher bit of a challenge.
Focus on what really makes you feel good, which is a competition and getting better.
If fighting's your passion, pursue fighting because it's going to open up other doors and who knows what's going to lead to, whether you make the UFC or not. If you're doing fighting to get famous, don't do it.
Or money. Yeah, that's the best advice.
All right. Well, before we wrap this up, I feel like I definitely should bring this up. Just got some breaking news, courtesy of Twitter. Fabricio Verdum's out, injured.
Whoa.
So, whole thing's fucking off.
I think it's a mistake if the UFC fills Overeem versus Stipe on 2 weeks' notice. I think they need to put this entire heavyweight title on ice and not do an interim belt. Remember when I said the heavyweight division is in trouble? There you go. Wow. Now I wonder if Verdum pulled out for strategic reasons, because
that's interesting.
Because Stipe on a 2-week notice, if you're heavyweight champ, I'm assuming you're getting pay-per-view percentage, but you have to meet a certain requirement. Listen, I love Stipe more than most listeners who are listening to this podcast right now. Stipe is not a draw. Stipe is not going to raise the pay-per-view ratings, especially on a 2-week notice, and you can't market the fight. Verdum as a businessman pulling out was genius.
There you go. That's interesting, Brendan Schaub. Very interesting and makes a lot of sense. Well put.
Conspiracy theory.
That's not even a conspiracy theory.
Hey, guys.
That's business, son.
Come see me. First, I want to give a shout-out to Sheila and Doug Graves, who are at my show. And you guys, they're at our show, House of Blues in San Diego. And they try to get me a bottle of their father-in-law's wine, Chateau Neuf de Pape.
Do they give us just one bottle?
Mas de Lyon.
There's one bottle?
It's for both of us, but it's expensive.
One bottle?
This is a great.
What's their name?
This is a 2012 Chateau Neuf de Pape. This is from a great
What's their
region
name?
in France. One of my favorite regions, the Rhone.
But there's 2 of us.
But it's for us to share. But I'll take it home. Thank you very much, Sheila and Doug. They went through some hard times.
Sheila and Doug went
through some hard times. They had some devastating situations happen to them, but our podcast has helped them. So your wine will help me, and I'll be drinking to both of you guys with Brendan.
You know, I can't have birthday.
Thanks, bud.
You can have that whole thing.
Chateau Neuf de Pape. Mas de Lyon.
It does look nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to be, by the way, down at the Brea Improv February 11, 12, 13, 14. And I'll be in Philly at Helium February 18, 19, 20. come see me.
What else you got on there, buddy? What dates are those?
Well, listen, you calm
God
down.
damn it.
Well, we got fighter.
We just have Fighter and the Kid March 14th in Irvine.
No, March 16th in Irvine.
Is it the 16th?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, snaps. And we're in Denver right after that for my B-Day.
Daddy's
I
got
don't even know if those, don't call yourself Daddy. I don't even know if those tickets are on sale yet. tfatk.com. We got some dope all black on black Abbott Kenny Fight Club tees dropping and crew neck sweaters. Going to be super dope. I'll keep you guys posted when those drop. tfatk.com. This is the Fire and the Kid. We're out.